What is up, y'all? It's your boy Anki coming at you with another Church of MHA stream. Starting a little late because Viz said that the chapters were going to be out later, which I figured made sense because of the whole daylight savings time thing. But clearly, I was wrong. So that underway. That we'll let y'all file in like we always do. And we're going to get this stream started. My Hero Academia chapter 332. How have you all been? Let me know. Yes. Oh, come on. Hi. Not full. Hi. Oh, chapter crazy one, love. Hey, Adam D. Blur back in the building. We got some of the regulars pulling up. Joseph Ciola, a member of the congregation. We love to see it. Cameron Bailey on time. Tyler Hawk too. Look at this. Hey, Jalen Baxley. Look at it. All the regulars just coming through. I appreciate you. Miss Sheena in the chat. Lamar Arrington. Whoa. All right, hold on. Lamar Arrington Diashard Locust. What's up? Hey, White Despair Black Hope returning. Let's go. Tanisha Greer, right back on time. Brendan De La Cruz. Tiger Blaster 200. All right, yeah. See, I like this. Got a lot of my regulars in here. It makes me feel good about this. Hey, relax, East. Relax. The Viz app said that it was going to be on in like an hour, and then it wasn't. It was already out. Leave me alone. Stop judging me. The Viz app lied. Don't do me like this. Oh, I'm expecting JJK to be really good. I'm actually thinking about doing a JJK review this week. Let me know if y'all want that. I'm thinking about doing one of those. You know what? Let me start the chapter so I can get the bishops in here. Oh, it is the final chapter of Red. I'm just going to say that I really did enjoy Red Hood's premise. I think it's unfortunate that it just wasn't received well. I think there was a lot of potential with that story. And I'm a huge fan of, like, I actually used to own a copy of the Brothers Grimm Tales. So I was really looking forward to just getting to see some of those play out. But they didn't do that. So I'm a little disappointed in that department, but that's okay. Not everybody's interested in fairy tales. Those are very European. Just didn't bridge the gap. Tisk. What's the civilized say? TSK. We hit 32, pulling the chapter up. Ooh, chapter opens up with flashback. Haha, just admit it already. You ain't the greatest at boosting your own power star, though at a glance, my quirk seemed capable of anything. There was always a hard limit when it came to powering myself up. No matter what sort of rule I tried, it never worked out just right. Those who know me would say, at the end of the day, quirks reflect on what's on the inside. After all, maybe it's because Cassie is a girl. Oof. State-of-the-art intercontinental cruise ... by Koke Horikoshi. That has nothing to do with the star. That's just how your quirk is. When it's not enough, use us to pick up the slack. That's how bros roll. I mean, what you're packing is plenty for now, but the problem is you're comparing yourself to All Might. True story, but she's the only one who has a chance to catching up to the big man. Yeah, because they're both beast. I always hated those words, but they never once said that to me. Wow. Here they come. You're going to try to touch those hypersonic powder kegs? Yeah, but that'll mean undoing my laser rules. When I do, you boys take over with concentrated firepower. She must know that this isn't doing much to me. This united laser blast is only meant to stun lock me via relentless damage, all of which tells me she realizes that without a single attack, powerful enough to vaporize me into nothing, it's all pointless. Is she waiting for something? Something packing an even bigger punch than this? Roger that, Star. We'll be sure to keep his hyper regen busy while you switch over to me to your big booms that really bring that pain. Damn it, it's almost like no. Couldn't be. And yet she must have a way. Make or break moment for us. A shitty game of hot potato. Here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1. Up, and you see the missiles land into her palm. Whoop, whoop. But now, before these things rip my arm off at the elbow, new order. Tiamat is redirected. As long as the rule applies to even a single missile. Okay. Fire. And she's like spinning. Shigaraki goes to jump out the water. State-of-the-art hypersonic intercontinental cruise punch. Jeez. Jeezums. Oh. That's my buddy was saying when he was at the wedding. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was a thing. Wow. Ufus. Incredible. Horikoshi just going in with this one. How's that? Blowback, Endeavor. You can see it from the shore. Love to see it. Endeavor's pulling up, seeing it, witnessing the greatness. You see the huge crater in the ocean forming. And he's pulling up while, ooh wee. My man is thoroughly sizzled. We got the eye recovering while one of them is just exploded. I can control what my decay affects. I knew she was preparing for something big for me. Our little back and forth thus far told me New Order can only affect 2 things at once. So I also knew that the situation was about to shift. The instant that shift came, I wasted no time in using decay to tunnel into the earth. If I'd run and hid before the big something hit, she would have caught me in the act and adapted. It was a gamble that relied on exact timing. A second's delay would have been a fatal error. He used the Nomu as a decoy. I'm just playing along with your nasty game of hot potato. Stargate support, back in the formation. Give her a place to stand. Up against anyone but me, that move would have finished the job, but you came up short for once. And you're taking that loss to the grave. Not on my watch. Now burst. Let's see. Me and myself. Oh, so the Nomu stored some of the lasers and then is letting some out. Me and myself hopping on it. Make better use of your resources. Sock it to a star, because after all that damage, not enough. He's regenerating too quickly. My craft going boom should blow him to bits. Ooh. Ooh. Do it now, Star. And then she has that flashback. And now the muff. The muff. Ooh, wee. Ooh, wee. Let me get the bishops in here. Cause oof. And y'all right, the misogyny allegations will be coming. People will ignore that. Like, hold up.
It had to be done.
Mm-hmm. It did though. Letting her live was not gonna work.
It had to be done.
Like, dog. I knew she was gonna have to lose to him. But I like that why she lost was that she ultimately
Because she was human.
Yeah.
This what y'all niggas get for switching. Guess what y'all get for switching up for some titties. It's what y'all get for switching up for some titties, some muscles and titties. This is what y'all get. Who had 83? Who before she showed up? Who had 83 chapters to set up? If they get to 100%, they unstoppable.
She was gonna have to lose to him. But
Yo, East, I think you got an echo.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like that.
let me fix it.
Why she lost was hold up. Let's see.
She was human.
Yeah.
It was so funny. Y'all niggas get.
I had to mute East because of that loop. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Was messing my brain up. What up, Walking?
I think I fixed the mute now.
Speaking of getting their brains messed up.
Echo.
Oh.
Yeah. Like the fact that her bros never doubted her, but that does mean that she probably did hear it from like some people, but like everybody that was actually in that training corps was like, nah.
Okay, check out the super chat because we need to address this right fucking now.
The smile at the end though.
Oh,
For some apparent reason, everybody feels like all of a sudden she has some last second shit that she's gonna pull and switch the whole card and make Shigaraki like lose or something. I don't know what it is. Why these niggas just can't accept. This is not the first time somebody has smiled while dying. She literally had the flashback of the only people that fuck with her and then say just because you a woman that your quirk does this. The only people that actually fuck with her. And then she was like, you know what? I'm pretty happy. I won't sacrifice this nigga life. That's why she literally didn't smash the thing.
Yo, East, you know what this reminds me of?
What?
This reminds me of during the Nagant fight when Deku grabbed Nagant and everybody was like, the fight is over. But this time it's the reverse. It's like once Shigaraki touches you like that,
It's done. There's nothing you can do. He can literally crush. He can literally crush her fucking skull in 2 seconds.
There's no coming back from that. He got like so many options right now,
bro. Like even okay, best case scenario for some of you niggas. Even if she get rid of the court, bro, I never. This is my thing. I never get it.
I don't even think she could do that. Honestly,
yeah, I don't think she could do that. But
I really thought about it. I thought about it for a while. I was like, with the information we have, could she make her quirk unstealable? I don't think she could do that.
I mean, even if she did, it wouldn't matter to me because I told y'all who was going to win the fight. The same thing with Nagant shit. I was like, I don't really care who wins the fight because Hori knows what he's doing. My thing is, y'all think just because Deku get close, it's over with. When he got close, got bounced off, and the way he won the fight was a long range attack. But niggas swore as soon as she got close, that was her one weakness. How the fuck she a pro and one of the best, and she a danger? But if you get close, she done. That don't make sense. But we got
now when Shiggy touched somebody, oh no, it's not over. It was like, bro, come on.
So there's like a couple things about this that I did find worth noting though, which was that like she was less tufty when she had the laser out, and then it seemed like she might have used the rule on herself right before, like when after the explosion, like she might have readapted her rule, but I still don't think that's going to be enough. Like, I'm pretty sure she's getting packed up.
She's done.
Hold on. Hey, listen, bro. Andrew, I want to talk about you. Silence. And then Brandon De La Cruz. Bro, how is Deku going to keep up? No cap. I told y'all this nigga lose the next battle. I don't know what really the fuck it takes y'all to realize.
Listen. Izuku is enjoying that nap. He is. Yeah, he earned that.
Yeah, run on that slander y'all want because guess what? He finna need that nap because he ain't gonna get one for a long time after that. He finna not a peaceful one because you ever been in pain while you trying to sleep and you can't sleep because you in so much pain?
Wait, I want to say this too now. This starting now, so like everybody talking about how Shigaraki, like this whole surviving that blast, like, almost makes him unkillable. Y'all do remember that destroying the brain is a guaranteed way to kill this nigga, right? Like, and normal, it works on him too. If you destroy his brain, he's done. He's not literally invincible.
Yeah, and for him, you can argue if you punch his heart out, that will also be the killing thing too.
He literally made it a point to like dig under the ground because he isn't invincible. That was like the whole point of that interaction. Is that he was basically like flash decaying a hole in the ground so that he could fall real
Flash
easy.
decay.
Nah, it's time to pull it back real quick. Hey, Shola. Oh, now we need a time skip, huh? Nah, what happened before, Playboy? Y'all wasn't going for all that. What happened to the 100 chapters gimmick? What happened before? Now we need a time skip, huh? When I've been telling y'all before. Now you want to realize it. Nah. I don't want to hear nobody. You weren't on train before. Don't try to get on it now. It already took off. I told y'all long ago on a roll. I got what you waiting for. Come on now. Stop playing with me. I do this.
Not Endeavor is not coming to save nobody.
What he gonna do?
Please
If he
stop.
bro, what will Endeavor
Can
possibly
y'all
do?
stop? Please, can y'all please stop? He's
No.
not coming. Y'all said ever since 329 that he was coming, and I told y'all that he ain't leave shore. He ain't leave shore. He's still there.
Nah, Doubtfall just troll it, but at the same time, I know some.
I know he trolling. Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. I know he's trolling, but there's some people that really think that, bro, that never gonna come and save the day. That's not happening.
Bro, that's what I'm like, bro. Even if he can, what can he possibly do? Please tell me. Where you gonna hit that nigga with a vanishing fist? Shigaraki just gonna turn around and eat both of those niggas right there. There's nothing they can do. He can outspeed anybody. He don't even need a foothold. All he would literally,
bro. Shigaraki basically instant transmission to her. Like she hesitated for a split second, and then he was just right there. He wasted no time. I wanted him to play with his food a little bit more, but he learned his lesson.
Nah. We know you joking not for, but there's some niggas that really believe.
Like,
Brandon. Cameron Bates says, "Is there anything y'all didn't like about this chapter?" Only thing people really don't like about this chapter is that their mommy milkers is gone. That's the real thing.
Tragic.
Because you know what?
Tragic.
I'm breaking the golden rule today. I don't like to compare other series, but since y'all want to play tit for tat and y'all want to pull that bullshit all the time, let's bring up some other series that brought some niggas in only for niggas to get capped. Hey, so we're gonna talk about Zero Squad. I mean, Netero didn't show. Netero didn't show out until one arc where he flexed along with the Chimera Ants, and then guess what? I don't see that nigga no more. What happened to Chainsaw Man with the Horseman of the Apocalypse? 2 seconds and they gone. I ain't hear that. I mean, I could keep going, but you know what? Let me Uno reverse. What happens in every fucking arc and every goddamn series when it comes to battles? A new enemy get introduced and they get taken out. Now you know Shigaraki, the villain, it's Shigaraki's turn to have an arc. He the fucking MC. So what's the difference between when a villain come and they get taken out and when Shigaraki do it? Because that's his opponent. Oh, so now it's different. Okay, I see. It's only different when it's not in your favor. That's called being hypocritical. When it fits your narrative, you like it. When it goes against the grain because she got titties and muscles, no. Niggas begging for Shigaraki to come back. Now he back. Well, I mean, Shigaraki should get injured so the heroes could get more time to prepare. What the fuck was the point of bringing him back if they go get more time to prepare? You should just kept that nigga on ice. Do you know how to write? What's up with the redundancy of this? Let's bring Shigaraki back.
Yeah, we could have easily put him on the back burner.
Like
easily could have kept him away longer. So he surprised us when he brought him back. I didn't even think he was going to bring him back that quickly.
I didn't think he was going to bring him back. I got like when they was like switching time frames, I was like, okay, they're getting less time before. That nigga just popped up down. Like I was like, oh shit, he really.
I didn't know nowhere. You turn the page, double spread.
Man. Oh, okay. So real quick, I want to address that data time skip with work thing. All it takes is for guerrilla warfare to become the norm, because to a certain degree, there's a chance that Shigaraki, like the Shigaraki side, doesn't even care to grab New Order and is more focused on just getting the kill in because he doesn't want to risk any other contingencies. But even if he does and truly is going to get New Order, I think it's going to be too busy. There's going to be issues with it being used to hold his personality in place, or it being used to maintain like a higher speed of regeneration. It's going to be a catch to it that Shigaraki is purposely going to utilize it in a way to maximize his own stats. Because I think that there's he more than anything doesn't want All for One in control of him right now. So I think that's his main priority. So that's actually working in the hero's favor. But it does mean that they need to get away, and more than likely the transforming mech and the different tunnels and all that other stuff is going to come into play during a UA raid.
Yeah.
And that's how you get this a shot to parallel how All Might was like dragged off through the sky by Gran Torino. Instead, we might be getting an inversion of that where Deku was forced down a shaft, like one of the elevator shafts, and shot to Shiketsu.
Well, I guess in that play, the other top dog foreign heroes, because my homie Simi said something very beautiful, right? And I'm actually bringing up what no Google, I don't want to change my name, said, because Simi is not part of the fandom. This is why Simi has a better understanding of MHA than a lot of niggas that read it, because he's not part of the fandom. He said, East, don't you know every other author gets a pass by Horikoshi? Horikoshi never gets a break from his fan base. Yeah, that's actually in fact correct, because that's true. But we don't know. He said that Shigaraki is not just a threat to Japan anymore. He has just taken a number one hero of the strongest, basically the strongest hero in the fucking verse, right? So
the strongest.
So he's no longer just a threat in Japan, worldwide. There's no more. We need paperwork here. We need paperwork there.
Nah, they said that too.
You need to fucking move. Ain't no time to be selfish. You be like, okay, we gotta protect ourselves. No, he just took out the top dog of the entire world. Ain't no more like being selfish. They don't have a choice. He's a worldwide threat at this point. They gonna need to send what the fuck they can right now. You see how procrastination works? They were procrastinating in that fucking online meeting. Had they sent everybody they had, they probably had a better chance at being Shigaraki had they sent top dogs from all over the world. They've had a legit chance to send the top dogs, bitches on fucking Stars and Stripes and Endeavor and them level to go and take out shit at this point. But now, since y'all want to be stingy and red tape this, red tape that, okay. Guess what? Y'all gonna learn now.
Let's see. Not saying that a time skip is impossible, but I do think that in order for it to happen, there need to be some fork of development for why villains won't be immediately. So one of the things that we're gonna get realistically is if Shigaraki's gonna use like New Order to keep himself in control, then we run into the possibility of him actually making it a point to having to actively conquer or reestablish himself. Because if he's going to be in control, he's also going to go kill All for One. He's going to kill All for One.
I don't know why they don't really believe that.
So if we're in that position, he's going to go kill All for One and then have to reestablish his credibility with some of All for One's friends, because just like how he had to prove himself to Makia, some of them are going to be like, all right, yeah, we know you can run around and kill people, but we don't know if you can actually like be that dude that runs the whole show. Like, you just killed the dude that was running it. So what's up with this? Like, it could just be a simple, we'll respect him because he's powerful, but he's still going to have to like establish himself and be running Japan, which does give heroes time to truly leave, which does also give him time to be a real villain king within the scope of Japan and make it a truly lawless place. Going back to a time worse than what we had before. And that also opens up the door for like someone like All Might to get injured and die finally, stuff that we've kind of been waiting for. Because like I said, one of the big things for me is that it was stated that, you know, if All Might continued to be a hero, he would die. And then you remember Night Owl was like, well, there's these shifting scenes and sometimes people do stuff, but it eventually always snaps back into place. And this could easily be like what that was building up to, like that snapping back into place and him still dying.
I mean, like, once again, this All Might, people got to realize this. As long as
time out. Barney, why you pretending like it don't make sense for Shiggy to go kill AFO after he done tried to possess him and all kinds of
stuff? Man, we was having this conversation since fucking Friday with that goofy ass nigga, man.
Barney, you tripping.
Yeah. First of all, like, I need people to get this. As long as those niggas are alive, and ever off one and All Might, their predecessors, their successors will always live in their shadows. They need to go. Like literally, what just happened again was Shigaraki hatred for All Might reignited. I remember somebody told me he don't really care for All Might no more. That was cap, because then you just seen this fight. He literally said, "Everywhere I fucking go, it's about All Might." He didn't say it normally.
That cursed All Might.
Like it was like, yeah, it's because him. And then like they said, it's because you're living on. That's what still gives us hope. What do you think when the villains win? They need to do take away that hope.
I don't know how people can say he don't care about All Might, bro.
I don't know. Like I don't
I'm
know
why. I'm telling you, bro. I always think about that scene in Camino where he yelled at All Might. He said, "I hate you."
I don't know why they thought that was just gonna go away magically.
That shit was pure. That wasn't in the heat of the moment, Team Rocket. No, that was an actual character moment for Shigaraki. He yelled out like literally like, "I hate you" to All Might. Like he represents everything in the society that Shigaraki hates.
Oh shit, we got our first super chat from our phone homie J. Michael Holmes. Let's go.
Ooh, let's go.
I'm 20 minutes behind, but for my first super chat, I want to let you guys know I love you all, and you make my Sunday work days 1,000 times better. Hail Hori. Oh,
yo, thank you, J. Michael Holmes. Yo, shout out to you, dog, for real. What the fuck?
How long have we been streaming? 26 minutes. So he's in the early phase of the stream. I'm still reading the chat.
Hello, Nafisa. Move.
Nah, because the only reason to like leave AFO alive is to risk betrayal. You gotta, if you've seen The Godfather 2, AFO is like a more dangerous Fredo. You gotta take him out.
Bro,
I think he tell him no.
Nah, they ain't watch his. They ain't exactly. They didn't watch his video.
Has a master.
Like,
so unless you want him around calling that nigga by his real name, it ain't just gonna be all for one. You can call that nigga by a real name. He gonna demote that nigga.
No more
like how does that not make sense? Yep. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I think that Shiggy's control of decay is finally where it needs to be.
I love it, bro.
Using it to just use dig, using it to like not killing all the oh snap, Coyote became a member officially.
The members.
Hot dog. Welcome to the congregation.
Yo, I still got my little headcanon that you know how Shigaraki can control decay now. He couldn't do that until the war. The war was the first time he did that. So I got my headcanon right now that Ujiko like modified the quirk to be able to do that for the surgery. Like he added that feature in.
See,
it's like a DLC.
My stance on it has been that Shigaraki got some training, but he didn't get real training with like precision or anything like that. And when he was fighting Makia, he couldn't use decay. Like the fact that he says that Makia has too much HP implies that he managed to touch him multiple times, but they were like using strike damage and stuff. Because if you decay him, he dies. And then you don't have a giant nigga to run 80 miles straight and destroy, everything. But I think it makes sense that as he got more used to like training his body, that he got better equipped at like focusing on what he's decaying, especially since like quirks are supposed to be physical. So I don't think it's entirely unreasonable for him to have figured it out once he was finally like understanding his quirk better, since he actually thought that 5-finger rule was a mandatory thing to the extent that he was still pinky outing when he picked up the remote, when he stepped out the vat, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that shit was funny.
I don't think Shigaraki is gonna pull a Futurama with AFO's head.
What?
I like it.
Yo,
I'd love it if he started taking
I
hands
wanted the
again.
commander to say it's a trap, bro. I wanted him to say it's a trap.
Like,
you know what he could have said it. He could have said it when the Nomu came out for the decoy. Somebody could have said it's a trap. Somebody could have said that.
Well, technically, he said it though.
Yeah, he kind of did.
He said
that don't count, bro. I need him to.
know what? Just like a typical My Hero fan, greedy as fuck.
Oh, shit.
That don't count, bro. I needed somebody to say it's a trap. Yo, can we please talk about that? Like Shigaraki's intelligence this chapter. That normal decoy was genius. And then the
Pulling up
hole that he
the
made.
expert gaming strats.
Yeah, bro. And then he made it explode to break their formation even more. And then I think he jumped on the jet on purpose because he knew Star wasn't gonna do it. Because you know how Dobby was like, "Oh, I know a hero is always ready to save somebody." I think Shigaraki was on the same thing. He was like, "She's not gonna attack this jet." And then checkmate, hand on the face.
Sorry, I was reading near. Gotta get through all of it. Let's see. We would have to Oh no, like if he goes to kill AFO, we're gonna get his whole thought process. It's not like he's gonna just do it randomly. We're gonna find out like in a flashback in theory. But also, we need a way for New Order to exit the story, or the second user's quirk is gonna have to be something hella interesting.
Yeah, listen, the second user has one thing that can make it OP.
Yep.
It's just the fact that it's been there the longest. It's the oldest quirk. So whatever it is, it's the most boosted. So it's like any reason for it to be strong.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
You guys got your little movie books. Everybody got their.
Oh yeah, I got two of them
Yeah.
because two of us.
I didn't get to see it opening weekend. Needed that.
I think Pino had potential as a quirk.
You think so? I kind of don't like how they held off on it for so long. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I knew what it was. Thankfully, I knew what it was because of the leaks. So whenever I saw Pino in the movie, I just knew. So I was like, it just made the scenes better for me because I already knew what it was. But I don't know. The reveal hits for that last moment.
For the last moment, but also because it makes the scene where the helicopter shows up better.
I thought it made the bar scene better, where the nigga took his shit. I was like, yeah, Pino was really angry, and then he was just playing it cool, and then he got outside. And...
But no, this chapter was holy shit. Hold on. I was breathing in my beverage.
Damn.
I will say that I think this chapter, one, we got the emphasis on how good Shigaraki's regen again, which I'm surprised that Hori's doing this, but like I'm glad that we get it because he's definitely like still sizzling / boiling as he's popping out the ground. Which the last time we got him this messed up is after Endeavor used Hell Curtain on him.
Yeah.
Bro, I can see his skull, bro.
Like his eye is popping partially from coming from under the water, and then like so like it's like adjusting the pressure. I'm waiting for the yeah, like it's okay. This makes me want to ask something because I know people love to talk anime seasons. Do you think this would be at the end of season 6?
I was
This
actually
fight?
thinking about that today,
Wait, what
and
happened?
it wouldn't surprise me.
What happened?
This fight?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This fight what?
ending season 6.
Could this fight be the end? I think Deku going back to UA could be a good ending to season 6.
Because the way I look at it is we covered more chapters than I wanted them to cover this season. I know a lot of people wanted the high blue sky, but I have a rule, and it's a rule that if more of Twitter followed, people would have been a little less irritated. I always include a recap episode and a filler episode of some kind in my season expectation guidelines. Why? Because it happens every season. So it's not particularly clever or intelligent to be like, all right, season 6 is going to look great if completely unrealistic thing that would never happen. So in turn, we're looking at like 60 chapters if we go from the end of like 67 all the way to like 327. So technically we could get away with not doing that and like just end it on, him getting back. But because they're more than willing to do more than 60 chapters in a season, you could easily end up with them doing like the 65 and having like another pro hero arc, because that's what this is reminding me of a lot of, is like with Star and Sprite being kind of similar to Endeavor, getting that quick 8-chapter setup that's focused around her. And this also puts like an extremely intense ending to the season, because they don't necessarily like to go with the peaceful, happy ending of seasons. They like to have something dangerous looming. Like we could have had final exams. Like during final exams, we made it a point to go into Encounter just so that we were finishing on like the villains are looming threat.
The intensity.
Right, because like the Katsuki Bakugo origin, that episode was a great episode. Like Bakugo and Deku versus All Might was actually really well done.
That's underrated to this day.
Like when he's like, hell yeah, the gauntlets are only to like stop me, but like that whole like rant, yeah, nah, sick.
Bro, but I swear to God, him biting All Might's hand.
I'll break myself until nothing remains. I won't lose. I'll win the way I choose. Oof. But, and so then like we look at season 3, and it's like we had the provisional license stuff, but they made it a point to at least finish off with Mirio whooping them, so that we were like, damn, they're not even close to this level. This is crazy. And like we had the Twice episode and the episode before that, even though like chapter wise they were like adjusted slightly, which I think a lot of people don't notice, that the villain episode is some chapters being shuffled, but that's okay. So it's like we had that for the end of season 3. Season 4, like we just talked about, they could have finished on the Culture Festival and could have been like, boom, look at that, Culture Festival wrapped up, made Aries smile, woo! But they're like, nah, we gotta go like heavy with this. And then they switched the order of the season for this year, where they made sure to finish on NBA because they wanted the more intense finale. And then we got the, high blue sky. So it's like they're always trying to finish off on a really rough, hard note. And so like they could finish with them not being, and like kind of parsing down and clipping out different political undertones. It's kind of hard to imagine them wanting to finish on the Ochako speech, because the Ochako speech is all about acknowledgement of humanity and all that other stuff, but it's not that intense finish that they like to apply to stuff.
To me, it depends on how hard they push Deku Black, like how hard they promote that. Like, because if they really push that, like, you know what I'm saying? And then the Ochako and him coming back to UA could be like a big moment for the anime. Like, especially with this is his Hero Academia, like they could really go crazy with it.
Look, you gotta understand that Hero, like any TV show is not gonna get a movie treatment. One, because the movie and anime teams are separate. This is one of those really lost facts that needs to be factored in a bit more when discussing like anime season, especially in the case of My Hero. Anime and movie teams are two separate teams. And oftentimes when the movie team is done with their project completely and the movie's out, then they'll come back in and help with some stuff towards the back end of the anime. But in general, they are two separate teams. The gap between the two is literally the amount of minutes that they have to animate and work on. If you give me and like one person a year to work on 90 minutes and another person a year to work on 500 minutes, I promise you, the person working on 90 minutes should come out looking way better. That's all it is. The amount of work they have to do with similar time windows. That's just how it works.
Yo.
Yo.
Man. Hello, everybody.
No.
What's
JJK
up?
is out here with the quote movie budget because MAPPA has like 200 plus employees.
Am I mute?
Yeah, we are. Listen, don't even bring that up. Like, y'all should know about that. Like, that's actually a problem.
And they were
overwork
canonically
they overwork
overworking
down
these
there.
people. So
Exactly, they overwork down there. Like, don't bring that up. Like, that's a good thing.
Ain't them no. That's not them.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah,
Hey,
we
what
say
up,
what's
man?
up.
Yeah. What's up, man?
You hear us?
Yeah, I hear you clearly. I was scared that you didn't hear me. So yeah.
We hear you, boss man.
Okay. Man, this chapter. Oh, it started with Black with the flashback on his Hiroki's way. You know what I mean? Horikoshi did something. I love this chapter. I don't want her to die, but still, if she dies, she dies. You know, East said it last time. And yeah, because right now I'm studying, so I can stay long. But I don't know. I even just watched the I couldn't even watch the stream. So what do you all think about this chapter, guys?
Man, Father, my mommy milkers is dead.
Yes.
I switched up on my bro for a new bitch, and now she gone. And now I can't come back to Shigaraki style. I look like a clown. My name Mello. Oh wait, hold on. What?
Oh,
Damn.
Oh
shit.
shit!
Yeah, I calling you out,
Yeah.
Mello. You was talking all that shit, talking about Shigaraki needs his daddy. He needs his milk. Yeah, nigga. Who need milk now,
I
bitch?
can't wait to come for Tarnus and East.
All that shit talking. Don't try to run it back now.
Oh man, who said that So Bello said that Shigaraki.
I thought Shigaraki was a god.
Oh, they was learning slander on Shigaraki, boy, these last few weeks. Mello specifically thought Shigaraki was a god. What happened, Tarnish and East? Oh, look, he getting packed up. He need his daddy. Oh, he needs some milk, boy. He got switched his profile to Shigaraki getting burnt. Wait, what Shigaraki said
And
in
then
chapter?
he ate. That was his breakfast.
Oh, getting burned by the laser. Guess what he said? She must realize this really ain't doing shit to me.
Right?
Man, Shigaraki can have this quirk, bro. He can have this quirk.
look, Shigaraki getting this quirk is the worst thing that could happen to any of these students. But like Red Hood was saying, it'll please the gods / readers.
Too
Yeah, Shigaraki is so creative. He's so creative too. And All for One, he got the All for One personality now too. Like, oh my god.
No, but you have to understand something is that Shigaraki, this guy was already feeling like he was always acting like he was like the shit. You know what I mean? Even before that, he has this all for one shot. No, he has the calmness of all for one. That's so scary.
That's what
man.
I'm saying.
Yeah, man.
Bro, like I swear to God, like I love the direction it's going in. Like besides all the confusion on who's who, what's what, like bro, it's literally Shigaraki with All for One's personality traits. A little bit. Like it's perfect to me.
when he
No.
when he fully absorbs this shit at 100% and they hit that full singularity point like we were talking about, then it'll be perfect. It'll be the perfect.
That's what I'm saying.
culmination.
I see it now. Like I see, like you know what I'm
I
saying. Like
always thought it this way. I always thought that he will be the perfect at the end. He will be the perfect villain. Right now, he's gonna be the literally. He will stay. He will still have his gamer side, like because Alpha One has this gamer side of him, but as he feels more like a Czech and not yeah a chess player. The really gamer. Shigaraki had that gamer side on him, but like gamers like that play strategical games or play like the Dark Souls. You know what I mean? That's more like Shigari's more negative that plays Dark Souls, and you feel that even in the way that he's talking. Right now. Oh man, this chapter was so good.
See, Lamar Arrington. This I'm just gonna call you Lamar Arrington. Okay, I can't say that next part. If when he gets this quirk, how the hero is supposed to win again? You see, once again, they were never going to win
anyway.
They wasn't going to win without the quirk.
Wasn't going to win anyway.
Let's do something real quick. Sidestep Shigaraki and sidestep Deku. The heroes still don't have enough forces to really match. If Shigaraki and them just get a few convicts with all for one, they don't have the numbers to match all those numbers and power to match all the high-end Nomu, all the convicts that's still up there with damn near Nagant and level or somewhere around there. And then look at those PLF advisors. Once again, I keep telling y'all, look at Shocker. He wasn't capping when he said my fucking Thundernet shit reigns supreme on the field. If Kaminari was not there, everybody would have been folded. Y'all not like, remember, Quirks had a hard counter system. Had Kaminari not been there, that battle would not have went the same. He would have folded majority of the heroes that came up before they even got in the door. That's why he
said thank you.
Yeah, that's why they sent the kids first. He's like, yo, we need y'all help because we don't. And then they sent what's up, mushroom girl, Shimogi. They sent her in to make people.
She's OP as hell, that girl too. She's OP.
My man.
And they sent Mudman in there and they called him. Remember, they called everybody off guard, bro.
And Tsukuyomi was there too.
And remember, that was mainly the fodder niggas. The advisors escaped for a reason.
Man.
And you don't know, and like just look at the kids. Look at 1B, how many OP quirks they got. You don't know what any of these advisors' quirks are. So yeah, anytime these niggas can scale damn near Cementos and Geeton. Because we didn't know Cementos was this broken until he pulled up in the war.
Yeah.
So at any given time, niggas can match up the top 15, top 20, top 30. And the kids
it depends on which ground the situation they are. You know what I mean?
Okay, like one of the things I want to point out though, for especially when it comes to UA teachers, is that like if you have a character like Majestic, who when you look in the hero files, it's like this guy's a powerful hero who's capable of ranking in the top 10 occasionally. You got to realize that like UA being the school that it is, a lot of the heroes are realistically top 50, top 20, top 30 potential. It's just they're teachers a large chunk of the time now too. And that directly cuts into their time and ability to gather the like points and audience appeal they need to be a top 10 hero. So like Cementos being a hitter was not a surprise for me.
No, for sure. It wasn't.
It's kind of expected that like if you are a teacher at UA, even if you are currently not a top 10, top 20, 30 hero, you realistically could have been in that ballpark discussion because that's what they hype UA for. You know what I mean?
But just thinking about what he did at the sports festival arc, sport tournament arc. Literally, the way that he stopped the fire explosion and he helped to calm down that explosion. If Todoroki and Midoriya had touched each other, that would have been. No, I don't imagine how worse it would have been. You know what I mean? Like I always thought to myself, and even the way that they described him, that when he is in the city, that man is too powerful even they given that he was that he the that he could move really fast in the cities, and he was really strong too. So yeah, I'm not shocked about that. That's just like some the thing about the quirks in general, that I really love the fact that, going back to the chapter, how how important that limit of being a human was in this chapter. You know what I mean? Because when you think about that quirk, the quirk that she had, and everybody will think that she can do anything that she wants to, but she can, and the fact that she has still the complex about being a woman, because for what we see, she had she grew up in the army. She grew up in the army, like, uh, it's was with her court. It's also normal that she took her life. That the army would have try to influence her life. You know what I mean? The state. Uh, yeah, I really love that. The fact that she also idealized All Might, and what she idealized him was that power that, yeah, that until right now nobody has that power yet. Like, even Shigaraki, like he is right now, he doesn't have the power of All Might. So we never saw All Might to his strongest. I'm really, man, I don't know what to expect of if we see that. Just imagine Deku, because Deku will be stronger than him. I don't know how strong he will be, because from what we understand, they have the power to really destroy everything. One for has the power. This one person can really destroy anything in his path. That's really scary. No, just thinking about it, I, I can't really, I can see, if Shigaki don't get the quirk of Star Stripes, I can still see of Deku beating Shigaki pure by power alone, because how can she still fantasize about the power of All Might when she has the power to being God? That's really weird.
Once again, just shows you the influence that nigga got. And he need to go. The influence that nigga has. He is a god, bro, unrivaled. Like, this nigga is like the Michael Jackson of that universe.
But man, when we see All for One, just thinking about how often I looks right now. Look at his face, and look what Shigaraki does. Well, look what Shigaraki does. But he had a stronger body, you know what I mean? But still, All for One has had quirks for decennia, you know what I mean? For decennia, and that nigga just beat him to the pulp like this, and he just went away with lungs with a long his stomach was gone and his lungs too, but still, man, Almighty is fucking scary. I understand why no, but I don't understand now why Japan was had
No
a
crime rate.
criminal crime. Yes, because look how people see him. Look, the girl look like Star and Strap, man. Her way that she said she's fucking strong too. You know what I mean? She's fucking strong, but still, she said no, it's not quite like All Might.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody still keeps saying no, my power is not like All Might, and then you get the laser. When she used the laser, she said like to that Endeavor, if Endeavor has a because she give praise to the skilled fighter every time to just, and it just give us a scale of how this power scaling in Mario Academia sometimes it's really interesting, you know what I mean? Because you had when you get statements like this, that Endeavor still has the firepower powerful enough that even Star Stripe see him like this guy. If he hits you with this vanishing fist, you're really vanishing. The vanishing fist is really like it has his name. Its name is really well chosen. You know what I mean? But damn.
Oh, at Cameron Bay, I'm gonna need you to delete that. That's not gonna work.
What?
I'd rather you just say Deku say this nigga and touch his heart or some shit. You gonna need to delete that, Cameron Bailey. Real talk.
Nah. Let's discuss it. I want Shigaraki to be captured and experimented on instead of dying or being rewound back to a child, like some theories have.
What the hell?
What?
What are these
Captured
children?
and experimented on.
I
That
think
is-
that's a better. I think that's a better ending than him reverting back to a child. What the hell?
Yeah,
I've
for
never
sure.
heard that.
I mean, if
How do-
America,
how do-
if
how do-
America catches him, then yeah.
Explain to me, like
Who's doing that?
who the fuck holding that nigga down? He don't need a quirk to fucking break free of anything. And he got high. You
Everybody.
see what hypergen.
And if he do
you
need
see-
to use a quirk, he got decay. He can
And you
disintegrate
see
everything.
what hypergeneration is capable of. He didn't get directly hit by nuke, but he got side swipe by it. Regardless, the amount of damage that does, you seen what that shit did to the area. And that nigga still bounced back within 3 seconds. His whole body was back to normal, essentially.
Oh, that's scary as hell.
So basically, what they're going to do is
his hair got to grow back.
So essentially, like you would have to have a gun, machine gun to his head, which probably wouldn't even shoot that nigga on time, and then you had to kill the nigga regardless because he could break free at any fucking second.
I think he eat them bullets.
Exactly. So like
Yeah.
that don't work. Like
What the hell
you
happened?
can't hold that nigga down.
So he used to have something to say, like, guys, we are at 70 people watching the stream, and we just have 24 likes. What happened, guys?
Tell him.
Yeah. Well, just show your support. You know what I mean? Support Aniki, the work that he pulled through for you guys. You know what I mean? Just like the stream, just like to show your love, love. If you want to hate us, hate us. It's not a problem, but show that you're there. Be present.
When he said hate us, we watch the lights go to like 50. I'm like, all right, Ponzo, you can't talk to boy. But nah, hey, thank you. 11 months, woo, almost a year as a member. Thank you. 123 Anya, 14.
No, Naya is one of the first people to become a member.
Yeah. Thank you.
So
Long time.
appreciate it.
All right, since we got everybody on deck that I need for this. This is not a question for just the bishops. I'm asking everybody. And there are wrong answers that will not be taken in this test, this question. Watkins, you already know what I'm about to ask.
Yeah.
Now, to everybody here listening right now, give me an actual, legit, detailed explanation of what Izuku Midoriya, aka Deku, could offer Tomura Shigaraki to make him actually change his heart and betray his friends and piss on all their sacrifices that they made, everything that he went through, get rid of all the hatred that so much so brought that motherfucker back from the dead into life. Literally brought this nigga who had his heart stopped back to life because of how much hatred he had in his soul. And then make Shigaraki say, you know what? Everything I did was wrong. Let me go rot in jail and forget about all my friends for the rest of my life. Because there is no atoning. The only way to atone is death, because you can't make it for all the crimes you just committed and will commit by the time this shit ends. So explain to me in a detailed explanation. And incorrect answers will be, it's a shonen and I don't see any other way they can beat him. I don't want to hear that bullshit because I'm tired of them fucking excuses y'all always got. I want explanation. I don't want the cop out.
Let me give you an answer. They will make a new festival arc for Shigaraki. He's gonna be happy. They're gonna make him smile.
Man.
Nigga said a PS5 with God of War Ragnarok.
All right, that might actually do it.
The only thing that Deku could offer Shigaraki is that they died together.
I'm good with that.
Shigaraki in the middle of the air was like, damn, we fighting midair? I'm gonna send you to heaven since you like the sky so much.
That shit was funny. Somebody try to roast that line. I don't give a fuck. I like that nigga.
Man, he knows like he got like a little thing for Deku. Like he hate Deku a little bit more than other people. But then he's like, yeah.
The whole time.
ever since the beginning.
Like, I mean, dude had Deku on a hit list from season 1 on.
Yeah, yeah,
Since he
for
ran
sure,
out of that
man.
nigga.
The love
Like,
is
damn,
Picture
I
the
that
did
love
not
nigga
is
like this
real.
the
nigga.
film.
The love is real. The love is real. Literally,
Yeah,
the
bro,
love is real.
he didn't even know that he had one for all. He just found out recently. So I know he
Yeah.
got some word. I know he has words for him about that too. Like, oh, you got All
Nah,
Might
he just
twerk. You got
didn't.
All Might twerk, huh?
Oh my god, myself louder. You right, Nafisa?
No, 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 he said like, yeah, you're the first time that he saw she got the Deku. He said, ah, your All Might's like purple. I'm gonna beat your ass. That was the
Right,
first
right.
video.
Because he yelled out Smash. He was like Smash. You a follower of All Might?
Yeah. Oh man. All Might. It's always him. Always him. It's always him. Oh
So
man.
Elias the Great. The story doesn't end with Deku not saving Shiroi. It doesn't mean he'll live. I don't see the nigga I like to hate on say Horikoshi fumbled when we don't know his status as of yet. Remember what he told Deku when he gave that nigga the cape? Oh, y'all forgot that too. Y'all just too focused on him maybe being alive. Don't be so rigid. Don't be so rigid on killing. That could be another way. That could be enough form of salvation and saving somebody. It's not all
There's
about
a
killing. Is
reason
not to
that
be.
line was there.
Yeah, like the killing is, and then he even Deku acknowledged killing Shigaraki himself. He's like, there may
Bro,
not
he
be
said I
another
might
way.
have to do it.
Yeah, but y'all definitely
Listen,
sure as
bro,
hell ignored that.
what happened in Deku versus Gentoo? Deku had to learn that sometimes you just gotta crush other people's dreams. And then he told Shigaraki in the war, Shigaraki was like, one for all is in the way of my dreams. He said that's what this power is for, is stomping on your shit.
And then once again, it's like he ran it back on all the people he met. He was like, maybe I talked a bit different, but maybe not. And he said, maybe not. Then he tried a new approach with Muscular. Guess what? Fell flat in his face. And then that panel is like, this fight is inevitable, but I just want to see what makes him tick deep down.
That was so gas, that line.
He's coming to the realization that nigga can't be saved. There are people that can't be saved.
Yes.
Bro, like that
He
nigga
knew
is one
that.
of them. Well, his heart can't, like, you could, like, listen, him betraying his friend, I don't care which way you try to put it. Him betraying his friends and everything he stood for this entire what? By the time he end the series from fucking 550,
Bro,
if you just end it with him betraying everything, that's fucking ass.
You know what's crazy? How like people don't think. What if Deku saved Shigaraki and then it's for Shigaraki's betterment? And it's like a parallel to the mall where he was like, "Oh my God, Izuku Midoriya, thank you. I figured everything out now thanks to you." Like, what if it backfires on Deku and like he makes everything worse because he wants to save Shigaraki? Like everything gets.
That's what should happen because he need to learn.
Yes.
Just like Shigaraki,
he can save him, and then Shigaraki's still evil. He's not gonna turn good. There's no redemption in this. Like
that's why they said death is another form of salvation. You need to kill that nigga. If you want to save him, kill him because he's not going to change his ways.
Deku has helped him mentally before at the mall. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's already done pushed him in that direction on accident.
Bro, anime Subway. Actually, you know what, anime Subway? I just figured something out too.
He's just fucking with us, literally.
Wait, no, because he could really save him, and then Shigaraki is still on demon after that.
Man, I just want Shigaraki to kill All Might right now. I just want him to kill All Might.
So anime,
and he let Deku live because of that, because Deku helped him figure some shit out.
Anime Subway. So you think Deku can kill Shigaraki? Listen, he's not gonna have a choice. Okay, killing is not to be raw or be gas or like I'm going down this dark path. No, it's just for the betterment of good. Like nigga, there is no other way for this shit to go.
You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna do what Superman did in Man of Steel. He will sacrifice his purity himself to save the world. You know
exactly.
What I mean?
Like, bro. Okay, let's put it like this.
It will be done in a good way, not in one movie. Not like it will be done in a good way.
Okay, and let's put it like this. You know what I just realized too? That's why I posted that Joker gif on my Twitter. That's why I posted the Joker gif on my Twitter. You know what I just realized earlier?
Yeah.
Horikoshi making Deku kill Shigaraki. You know why I know this now? Because guess what happened with Muscular when he couldn't reason with him? He just went ahead and one shot him and beat him. Guess what's not gonna happen with Shigaraki? You can't just one shot that nigga and beat him because he will keep regenerating. You can't change his heart. I'm not trying to hit that. I'm not trying to
He
hear the
got-
whole Tenko thing because guess what Tenko did? He the same nigga that fucking felt mad and ecstasy when he fucking put his hand on his daddy's face and decayed that nigga. So let's not try to make it like
that
it's
was
all
pure
for one.
pleasure.
I really don't like how people try to make it like it's all for one
What
and shit
the
like that.
hell? Not only this, not only this. What I want to say about it is that the only way to kill somebody that regenerate like this is to hit him in a way that he couldn't never regenerate again, and that is with enough power that he loses his head, and that he doesn't have his brain function anymore, and the only thing that can do that is motherfucking the power of all might like powers, like strength, like power of
So
pure
basically,
strength.
the nigga dead at that point. Why would you just keep him vegetable?
The only thing that can that can that Deku can do to beat Shigaraki is punch his brains off his face, off his head.
Exactly, bro, he gonna keep regenerating unless y'all want some quirk bills to come in. And guess what? That don't even do nothing really either because he can just break out of prison physically. He's as strong as All Might.
Not strong. Almost as strong. Not as strong as all.
But basically damn near. So I don't know what's gonna hold that nigga back because he don't give a fuck. Like people, I really you good. Damn.
Sorry, guys.
But I don't get why. Like, yeah, it's bro. I like we not finna ask. Oh, who are we to judge that someone should die? This nigga is an unstoppable monster that can't be killed by anyone other than one person. He will not stop. I don't know what makes y'all think he gonna fucking change his heart. Don't do it's a shonen. Don't do that. Oh, this Tenko. I told you what Tenko did. Did you not? You remember chapter 270 when he was dead, basically in his own version of purgatory, and he accepted his past and what happened, and when it also happened in NBA, what did he say? Wasn't a tragedy. I did what I wanted to do. My heart became encumbered. Wasn't a tragedy. Not trying to make this nigga and Tenko some woo baby. No. Tenko killed his daddy. Not trying to do the fucking, oh, what if Alpha gave him the quirk? Okay. He didn't force that nigga to kill his family. That nigga did that because he didn't, everybody kept fucking rejecting him and nobody helped him. You think, you really think, logically, bro, do you really think somebody reaching a hand out now is going to matter? What, so I can just go back to jail and spend the rest of my life? Oh, I did so much wrong. You know what, Toga, Spinner, Dabi, Compress, you know what? I'm sorry, guys. I really did a bad thing. I should go sit in prison for the rest of my life. I have unlimited power, but I'm just gonna give it up. What the fuck? He got more power than anybody. Why would he just give it up and go sit down in the corner? Y'all have no argument here. That's what my point. Give me a detailed explanation of what he has to offer him. Nothing. Oh, he gonna reach out a hand? What do I need a hand for? I'm the nigga reaching out hands for my people.
He'll literally turn that hand around
Exactly.
and be like, it's too late for this shit. And honestly, that's probably how I see the second round going, is Deku trying to do that. And then Shigaraki being like, no, it's too late for that shit. Yep. And then that third round is going to be all right, since he didn't want it, time to die. Time to die. You know?
Yeah.
And it's not like that. It's not like that Stars and Stripes, oh no, he has to die thing. No, it's going to be that kind of compassionate kill, because Deku's not that kind of person to be like, oh, like this hard-headed, oh, he needs to die, musclehead, beat your ass kind of thing. No, it's going to be like, you need to die because that's the only thing that's going to, quote unquote, save you.
There's a thing about the thing about it is that he's already dead. The Tenko is already my eyes, Tenko, the new Tenko will be different, but still he will kill the person that he has to kill. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They could. We are right now in the state of the story that Shigaraki is literally if you see him as a main character, he's following his way and like a shonen protagonist, That man will never change his attitudes. He will change nothing. He will stay stubborn to follow his dreams, like every main character. You know what I mean? And
Man, listen,
yeah,
man, listen. I'm going to address two things real quick. Elias the Great. Shiggy continues to try to forget and deny his past, and off one control of him keeps getting stronger. Don even says something along the lines of "Never forget us." He is not forgetting his past and rejecting his past. He's literally had a conversation with everyone that mattered. Oh, Hana, it don't matter anymore. It's cool. He already said it's not a tragedy. He's not forgetting his past. He literally keeps remembering. He literally said in the war, if I keep my dreams, my origins, I feel like I can do anything. He is not
yeah,
forgetting his past. He
And
remembers
he
his past.
spoke. And he spoke to Nana. He said, "Yo, I don't know how we got here. I don't know who you are, but I hate you too."
With all my heart. Like I don't know what you mean. Like I don't know what you guys mean. He
he's
trying to forget his
bored.
past.
He's so bored. I don't
He
know who you are,
he
but
he,
I hate you too.
he keep remembering his past. If anything, I don't know what. Why y'all he's not trying to forget his past or bury it. The NBA, he remembered everything clearly. Said it wasn't a tragedy. Went to his family in basically in a death state. Talked to his sister. Said don't matter no more. Yo, mom. He's like, oh, went back, clapped his dad once again, and then everybody trying to hold him back from going to what embracing the darkness, which he wanted to do himself. And he said, yo, look, enough. Don't reject who I am, which everybody keep doing. Nobody when he wanted to be heroes, that's what it was. Now he want to take. Now he taking the power that he got, and he making good on his promises back. Like, all right, y'all didn't fuck with me before. All right, I'm gonna do my own thing. Now niggas want to come back and try to like, bro, come on, man, like, bro, he not running from his past. He's not forgetting his past. He literally embraced his past. He literally just said, my origin, my dreams. Talk to his grandma. Talk to everybody. I don't know what you mean. He keep trying to forget and run away. No, that's not it.
Even when he
And
talked to his sister, was trying to apologize to him in the world of the in the vestige world, and he said, "No, no, it's not your fault.
yeah, they could just say
This
it
is
is
what
what it is.
what it is." Like,
Like
man,
people swear
You
he's
know,
like,
you know,
no,
you know what
I'm
it
not
is.
a
You know what it
monster.
is.
So like, no, fuck
You
no.
know what it is. People don't take Shigaraki seriously. When Shigaraki says he doesn't care, people think he's like trying to hide how he feels, or
Mhm.
like he's not
no,
saying how he really feels. That's really how he feels. He doesn't care.
I don't know why it's Shigaraki that gotta go through this, bro. Like I ain't seen nobody
Like
trying to
niggas
redeem
trying to
Madara
baby
and
him,
Aizen and all these other niggas.
like he is 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? He's a grown man. He's been through a lot. You know, and he just hates everything. That's just how he is. He's just a
And he
hateful
and
person.
his quirk is based
and
on.
it literally goes beyond just Shigaraki. Like I keep saying, he has allies too. So if we want to like, you know what? If we want to just do Shigaraki just going good, we might as well. I could flip the script and that could go bad and go roll. Like real, not no black deck. I'm talking about real deal. Off the wall, just start killing people type shit. Because Shigaraki being redeemed,
Vengeance.
that could go on pure damn pure anti-hero, not beating people bad. I'm talking about killing niggas. They're the same as possible on the ladder.
Nah,
And I don't want to hear, it's not the same, because yes, it is.
Give me the belly man back.
There
We
are two
want the
people
belly
with,
man back.
yeah, like there are two people with like origins in their heart and their dreams, and y'all want to throw
When
it to
has
the side.
when has Shigaraki ever thought about doing something good ever?
That wasn't to the betterment of his people.
besides when he was Tenko, a child, before anything went bad. That's the only time.
Yeah.
And let me
He
address
wants
KJ,
he wants his friends to have the test.
Other than that, he's been straight evil,
exactly.
killing people, whoever comes in his path.
Yeah.
Head
He almost killed
I
Togen.
hate head.
Dummy.
He almost killed. Yeah, right. He was just in a bad mood. He was just upset. He wanted to kill them.
But let me address KJ before we get too far gone. You guys keep saying Deku should kill Shigaraki. Shig is parallel to All Might's strength, and Deku is halfway close to complete one for all. And he doesn't have time. Like I said, there's no way Deku is folding Shiggy. Yes, that's correct. But the only resolve in this, and it's logical that he'll need to be taken down from the inside. Think about it. Think about it. Like, all right, KJ. Deku loses his next round. That's it. Clear cut and dry. Like I said, I don't know what you mean battle
to be 100%.
but I don't know what you mean battle from the inside. Is like there's nothing he can offer or do.
The only way he doesn't lose is if he's magically at 100%, which is not going to happen in the manga.
Yeah.
Also, because I know that what you hinting at, they technically never clarified a single percentage point throughout the whole story.
I didn't say anything. I'm not advocating anything.
I'm just saying. I noticed that I was like when I was watching, I noticed that I was like, they never say what percent it's at the whole time.
Oh, these movie niggas.
I'm not
Movie niggas.
advocating anything.
I'm confused. KJ said confused why you guys keep thinking Deku will kill Shiraka. Deku's probably was nowhere near close. KJ, you must not be aware of what the general consensus is. So let's fill you in on the blanks so you have full context. Everyone in this call is of the same mind, and majority of people in the chat are in the same mind. Logic will follow. Deku loses the rematch. When they come back later and are stronger, and it's time for the next generation to actually rise without the current generation being there, because you can't have the next generation rise if the current generation is like in the fucking forefront too. It kind of doesn't work like that. It's up to the kids to be the next generation and lead the charge, which you can't do with the heroes there. When they come back and they're ready to lead the charge, that's when Deku will have a stronger percentage mastery. And then
I'm not even gonna say Deku's not just gonna lose. He gonna get his ass beat.
He gonna run that shit back.
And you know why? You know why? Really, like all jokes aside, why it's gonna be a bad loss? Because everybody thinks that this is the end of the series and that like this is the last battle. So when he lose, it's gonna really shock everybody because everybody thinks the series.
I can't wait.
They're gonna be like, wait, the manga's still going? Like, yeah, nigga.
Bro,
yeah, I'm gonna laugh my ass.
People forget this entire theme of this shit is the rise of the next generation. The kids to be actual full-fledged heroes. In order for that to happen and the next generation rise, all the adults gotta go right now, lose, get their ass beat. And then the villains gotta come again right next round, the next day, and be like, then the kids gotta fight who the adults lost and then beat them. All around the cars, all around the table. Like within the same like vein of like a week, same days type beat.
Okay,
that's only the next generation will rise and it'd be like no jump in time, stuff like that. Like, oh, we won because they were weakened and like this, that, and other. Like,
I need to quit. I need to either study again. Thank you for having me again. Aniki East started world champion, and congrats for the marriage and everything, man. I wish you the best.
Oh yeah, that was.
Has he even been in here since we congratulated him?
No.
Yeah.
No. We gave Watkins his props, and he was like, "All right, I'm busy consummating my marriage."
Yeah. It's been a long month.
Yeah.
Man.
We finally got him here, y'all. Everybody congratulate Watkins on being a married man.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Man, I'm really happy for you, man. I know how hard it is to make a marriage because my mother did most of the time the event planner, and she was also the beauty specialist for different marriages. So as a kid, I had to help her and everything. I know the stress, the people, the families, man. Oh, bro. So I really respect the man if he can stay calm in these times, because women go crazy when they're about to get married. So yeah, man, really, I'm happy for you. I wish you the best, and I wish you everything. Also, wish to you all the best. I have like a fake exam tomorrow, but I still want to do it. So, guys, this chapter was good. It was a 10 out of 10. Again, Shigeru Horikoshi keeps making classics. This arc will be a classic. Star will survive. I hope that. And if she dies, she dies. It is what it is. But she will survive, and she will lose his quirk. Her quirk. She's too important right now because I'm thinking Shigaraki is about to make his army with people with different quirks. I feel that. I feel right now that this is gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And just a dumb theory for some of you. Do you think that Vlad will lose his quirk and Toga will get it? Just put it on the table, discuss about it, and I'm out.
KJ, don't do that, baby. Don't do that. I ain't a
That's
nigga to run
another.
away.
That's
I stay
another
10. I stay
combo.
10.
I ain't even think about
All right,
that.
all right. So time out.
I was letting him.
'Cause
I was letting him.
I want to
honestly
hit
talk.
that point just because, like,
I
why
wanna
would
do it, but-
Shigaraki not chase Deku around the ends of the earth? Because where could Deku hide, and why would Shiggy not chase him nonstop and let him master OFA? My question is what makes you think that that's the only thing that Shigaraki is going to be doing? Because
Yeah.
instead of chasing Deku all over the place, you could just run up and fold shit and establish yourself in more dominion, forcing him to either come to you or make it where other people are going to try to surrender him to you because they would rather give him than deal with you.
Like they just did at the fucking UA barrier. They try to throw that nigga out. Say, hey, bro, don't bring your ass in here.
Exactly. And then the whole time, this is the one nigga that could stop him.
Exactly.
And-
And KJ, don't do that. Don't like East mouth drop the hard fact. Like I was running. No, I was not being rude because we're gonna have a full-fledged conversation like now. When Ponzu was talking, so it was his turn. His
But I'm
comment
also
ain't
gonna-
going nowhere. That's why we
but-
addressing it now.
But I'm gonna point this out too, that like him not letting the heroes rest doesn't mean if you run away out the country and I don't know where you are, I'm not putting pressure on you in other ways.
And it's like,
And Shig's gonna have a killing spree whether Deku's there or not.
So and to add to that point, it's like, okay, you can run, but guess what? I'm a villain, you're a hero. You running away is gonna weigh on your conscience when I'm over here slaughtering thousands of people. Think about it.
East. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Like with the way Shigaraki just did Cassie, bro. Like I didn't think he was gonna come like this. Like he's about to go crazy.
Nah, wait until he find out. Wait until he finds out.
When he's on a battlefield with heroes, with multiple heroes, and like he could just go crazy with his quirks, like he's gonna bug out.
It's really finna be like the captains versus Aizen in this bitch. It's gonna be so wild.
Especially if Eraserhead ain't there. If Eraserhead ain't there.
Oh, you already know. Her crush not finna use the same gimmick again.
Yeah.
And even if he did, it wouldn't be the same thing. Like
the same,
Shigaraki,
it's like the same trick not gonna work on him twice.
Shigaraki gonna be like, okay, I got something. Watch, I bet you he burrow on the ground. I'm like, oh, you can't see me now, nigga. Now let me decay the whole earth in like a fucking 50-mile radius. What y'all gonna do now?
Also,
And if he got new orders.
And by the way, Malik, if anything, pay attention to what All for One said 2 chapters ago. One for All is the mid-game goal. That's not even the end goal.
The reality is that New Order would boost AFO or Shigaraki as much as getting One for All would.
Mm-hmm.
Deku's pride isn't as important as the fact that he could easily be forced to leave.
Exactly. That's the difference between a man and a child. Like an adult and a child. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices you don't want to fucking make. That's literally you can't always be our pride. If you work in a job, you got 3 kids at home and a wife, and y'all need to pay bills, and you the breadwinner, you don't get to tell your boss, hey, fuck you, nigga. You don't get to tell him that. Because guess what? Guess your pride gonna get you. You and your family on the street. So sometimes you gotta suck it up.
You know something too? That's why Deku Black had to happen.
Exactly.
He had that had to happen when it happened. Could have happened at no other point in time. Because if he did that after the rematch, if he ran away after the rematch instead of after he left the hospital, like he definitely would have died.
Exactly.
Well, that's the beauty of it, is that if Deku has to go country hopping, it's gonna be just like it was in the movie where he's not gonna be running around like, I'm Deku. It's gonna be like, so anyway, my name is Daquan, and I'm not a hero. I just have this costume. Ignore that.
Yeah, he have to get a new fit. Yeah.
I'm not Bakugo. I'm Brad Kugo.
I'm Bradley.
And Malik, let me explain something. Malik is like, once again, the quirk is godly, yes. But you know, we gotta I know we be gassing up is a god, this, that, and other, but once again, you gotta drop it back down, brother. Because the quirk still got limitations, even if it's boosted. Remember how they were just talking about, oh shit, it's godly. What are the limits to it? Oh, these are the limits to it. Cassie was just talking about the limitations. At face value, it looks near unstoppable and like ungodly, but there are limitations to it too. I understand boosting goes into it too, but like it's so funny. But honestly, it's so funny how like y'all worried about this right now. Horikoshi was already had all this all in the bag 20 chapters ago, back when y'all was still worried about Deku and Nagan. And then once again, he's already 20 chapters ahead again. Undeniably. I already knew it was like that, but volume 31 extras prove there's no wiggle room for an argument there that he's 20 chapters ahead. How volume 31 had the extras for shit that's in volume 33.
We still don't.
Okay, hold on. Talking about Cameron Bailey. Hold on, Cameron Bailey. That is not a bad idea because Island is an independent nation with its own rules and restrictions and guidelines.
Ooh.
And if we're thinking about like just going to like places, that would be a perfect way to tie in almost every movie.
And Cassie just came, and Cassie's from the first movie.
So
she's the girl that he saved.
So if we have Deku like go to the island that they were at in Heroes Rising, and then he ends up on Island, or like they run to Otheon, and like because Island looked like it was a mobile island anyway, you got a way to incorporate all the films into the manga, and for it to be Deku going to legitimate areas where it makes sense that people would not want to snitch on him.
Exactly. Yep. And Malik, basically, that's the general outline, basically.
It's he gets to chill at. I wanted him to go to Gentle's house too for a little hideout.
And we're not saying that there wouldn't be a cost, especially not a mental cost to
bless you.
Thank you. Especially like to Deku getting away. Escape and safety aren't the same as wafting and enjoying a bosom of happiness and smiles. Like, that's not what we're implicating here at all. In fact, I don't believe a conscious Deku leaves the battlefield. I think Deku on the verge of death gets dragged off the field by people who recognize that he needs to not die. Yes, more than likely by Bakugo.
Literally, yeah, Malik, that's basically the outline. And bro, literally, are y'all forgetting what the fuck All Might and Deku was supposed to be damn similar? They're literally gonna be the same parallel. When that nigga All Might got dragged away, although he didn't want to get dragged away because he couldn't beat off one at the time, the same shit gonna happen with Deku.
When All Might was yelling
US, not a shitty boat. I mean, the US, okay, I will say this also, because we understand that the government does track and monitor quirks, their value, their abilities, how they function. If Deku ran to the US government would likely provide him with safe harbor due to the fact that they're losing Cassie.
Yeah.
He would just be stuck in that government hitman phase of his career where he's really, really just doing shit for what the government tells him to, which would be playing directly into even more so Shigaraki's lines from season 1, where he straight up says, "You are a government-sponsored weapon of violence."
And All Might didn't take him seriously, but he was being serious. Every word that he said.
All Might was, well, what's funny is that All Might was like, "You don't care. You just want to destroy stuff. You guys always make it sound like you have good points." All Might, this nigga's kind of spitting, but because no, fuck that.
And then Shigaraki said he got me. So like it makes you think that okay, he didn't mean what he said. But then Shigaraki does just have those destructive urges and he does just want to destroy. So it's like, yeah.
See, like I understand why you feel like Shigaraki would just relentlessly hunt Deku. It's such an inefficient strategy that like country hopping to find this one dude.
Let me
and
also,
having to constantly fighting through other nations' heroes too to boot.
I don't think he's that focused on Deku. I think he would more depend on Deku coming to him. Honestly, I feel like he knows Deku well enough. I feel like by this point.
Honestly, also to this point too, is like Shigaraki would be more focused on Deku and not one for all. Like, remember the last time Shigaraki said, I'm going to take one for all. I want one for all for myself.
Yeah, it's primarily the AFO aspect. And so if we're betting on Tomura or Temko being the one that's in control, the Deku prioritization drops a decent bit because he'll just stockpile on other quirks. And when you realize that, like we've talked about, there should be multiple, like just the fact that you have like Eri and Shigaraki here, just based on population density, you should have a couple more people with quirks on that power, like Decay being able to affect emotions effectively, like bonus like concepts is where, like we talked about last week, where it's basically a force of entropy, where like we should have more mutants that he can prioritize and be like, all right, well, while Deku's running off, because if you remember, scan is only supposed to let you see 100 people or whatever. So there's a chance that just by like fighting and having to deal with more scenarios, Shigaraki is going to push the memory like line for Deku out of the scan database, and that would give him some time to get away. But it would lead to Shigaraki having to rely on like news reports and stuff like that to find him, doing like actual investigation work or having people on the ground.
I feel like with that too, like I feel like Danger Sense was always like a counter to that to me. Like if Shigaraki ever got close enough to him, Danger Sense would just go off, and then Deku would just get away.
Hey yo, so Malik said, by the way, mad respect and love to all y'all. Love to all you love the stream. Hey man, appreciate the respect. Love you too, dog. But so you said he was like, I'm not sure, man. One for all is the final obstacle to Shigaraki. If I was him, any country Deku goes to, I would just hunt him down anywhere he goes. But who knows, man? I hope you guys are right. To add to this is that, like, you know, think about who Shigaraki is. The person who really wants to, like, I understand it's an obstacle. Yes, he's not just going to like blatantly ignore it and like, you'll fly, whatever. But to also add to the point, y'all got to remember what he said. I'm just trying to destroy everything. And then what comes from destruction? Creation after that. What happened after Japan got nuked 2 times? They rebuilt. This is what you do after destruction. You just rebuild a better society, a new society, etc. You got to remember, he is a king with a team of allies, the trusted guards, trusted whatever, friends, allies, that whose dreams he wants to make a reality too. He's not gonna get so hopped up on something that he doesn't truly care about. That's like he cares about Deku, but it's like he gonna hunt him wherever you go. Forget Dobby, Spinner, forget all y'all. I gotta find Deku. I gotta not know. Like I understand, like Deku is a threat, but he's not Chigaraki's entire life. All for One is the one obsessed with that quirk more than anybody. That's the nigga obsessed with the quirk. Shigaraki didn't give a damn about that quirk until just now, like that. He really only
he didn't care until him and Deku's fight.
Yeah, he didn't care. Like, this one stands in the way of my dreams. That's the only time he actually gave a fuck about that quirk. And even then, it was like, it's more of an obstacle than anything. He wasn't like, I want the quirk for myself. Come here, brother. No, that's All for One that wants that shit. That more than anything. It's just a nuisance, an obstacle in his way. But Shigaraki cares about his allies too. He's not just going to leave them in the dust to go hunt down Deku all the damn time.
And now, like we said earlier, All for One just said that One for All is the mid-game goal anyway. So it's like he's not even as obsessed as we thought he was. He got other plans after that.
Yeah, we said that, man. Like, All for One is getting away his dreams, but he's not going to let it consume him. When has Shigaraki ever been that type of person, just like tunnel vision, like consume one act? That's all that. Oh, Lord. Elias. I hope Elias trolling. We ain't even going to discuss that one, man.
I think after the rematch, I think Shigaraki just gonna roam Japan with the league and take niggas' quirks.
Yeah, and they going outside the country anyway, so that was already confirmed. All for One confirmed that through Horikoshi confirmed that through All for One.
Because now it's dangerous now. Because now Shigaraki has All for One's desire and fascination and quirks. So now it's really bad. Now he has this urge to take quirks.
And y'all do realize
now Shigaraki's playing Pokemon instead of any other RPG.
Yeah, that shit crazy. Damn, all come back to Pokemon.
Yeah.
He said, "Me and myself make better use of your resources." That was such a raw line.
That's disgusting and rude.
So the issue here, Elias, is that Shigaraki has definitely made statements that indicate that he does have some say in what's going on. In fact, one of the things that a lot of people
Oh
who can do
my
translation work have been able to keep track of is the shifting pronouns used between Boku and Ore,
That's
with Ore
important.
being how Shigaraki speaks and Boku being the pronoun for I that All For One uses. So there's a definitive Shigaraki getting control, All For One being in control, bouncing back and forth between the two identities.
And yeah,
In my opinion, from this point on, the way I look at it is this. In my mind, the merge has already happened, and this is just the body that is to both of the personalities. Because he already said I'm both Shigaraki and All For One, so I feel like that. So I'm like, all right. So every now and then, there's going to be a little bit of All For One, a little bit of Shigaraki, and then that's just how it is. You know, it looks like Shigaraki. Still Shigaraki at the end of the day. But All For One, like, what personality traits does he really have besides just wanting to take quirks and then one for all and just being a dick? So I'm like, that's just a nice addition to Shigaraki's traits already.
you sound defeated. I can't do that. I'm just waiting for Shigaraki to fully step in and have that nigga sitting in the Vegetables world properly. When he fully absorbs that nigga, like Aniki said in the video, and then just has the traits with that nigga sitting in the back. That's what I'm waiting on. The merge ain't complete for me. That nigga's still gonna be 10 toes down. I'm staying by Shigaraki's side.
He still got 2%. He still got 2% left.
The same way we saw AFO holding Shigaraki in his hands, we could easily see Shigaraki rolling him around in his eventually.
Exactly. And
especially because that reminded me of some imagery in God of High School way down the line when some stuff with Mujin Park takes place, where he enters into a direct contract with somebody who's like, yeah, I'll take over your body, and like they have him placed in his hands, and then all of a sudden Mujin's like, no, and then like he's standing over a god with the god placed within his hands, and he's like, I'm going to be the dominant personality, and that's that. And so then he takes over. So that's kind of where I see this going to.
But yeah, who was saying something? Y'all think All For One's want to interfere with Shigaraki if Shigaraki wants to destroy one for all? It's like I said, bro, there's plenty of reasons to come into play, seen and not seen. And then why Shigaraki gonna get rid of All For One? Plus, at the end, I'm not even gonna keep debating. I'm just gonna say a king doesn't have a master. I'm just gonna quote Aniki from now on. Whenever we had this discussion about All For One killing Shigaraki, a king does not have a master. Shigaraki already told y'all niggas at 297, I won't be your stinking pawn. And All For One keep trying to run the show. And like you said, and then who said something about Stars and Stripes to All For One's interim goal? No, not Shiggy's. No, that's wrong again. That's not his interim goal. Like he didn't say it's just the biggest obstacle right now. Yeah, it's literally just the biggest. Yeah, it's just the biggest obstacle and gamble we got right now. If we take this bitch out, it's done. So that was all it was. It was just a quick gamble on a step. Then he said the rest of the war is literally a formality.
It's basically like when you in class and you be like, I smacked the shit out of anybody in this room, and Cassie was like, who? That's basically what happened.
Mm-hmm. Basically.
What's sad is that if Cassie made contact at any point with someone, I feel like she can just be like, listen here, Charles. Charles Brown eats his own ass now. And it's like, oh,
yeah. It's like, so, yeah, bro. Shigaraki was like, oh God, I'll beat anybody ass right now. And she was like, who? And pulled up. No jurisdiction, nothing. She threw a nuke at him and everything.
She's like, I'm giving it my all, nigga. I knew she was going to bite the dust the way her close she was throwing all her fucking backstory into that bitch. I'm like, nah, it's over for sure.
I swear to God, bro, this chapter opened up with a flashback. That's crazy. That's crazy. He ain't never been this heavy-handed before.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, it's over now.
And niggas still don't see it. Niggas still trying to get wiggle room. No, she gonna live. She gonna do something at the last moment to change the tide. The fight is over. I feel like this is done.
An old beautiful nigga.
Shigaraki putting hands on people is decisive. That's like a visual cue that a fight is over in this manga. If you haven't realized by now, like,
Nah, Endeavor gonna come in like Shoto paralleling the war, and he gonna take Shigaraki to the side. I'm like, all right, nigga. And guess what's gonna happen to both of them after that? Yoink! Nigga's gonna fly. He gonna be like, okay, that's cute, and he gonna drop to the ground, and he gonna jump back up, and he gonna fucking snatch both of them niggas up. Like, fuck. Like anybody can help this bitch. It's too late for that. Y'all wanted to help and have a shot. Should have fucking been there when the battle was going on and they had all their fucking resources. Too late for that shit now.
yes, Horikoshi is full of surprises. I can never figure him out.
She lost. Okay, it's done. She lost. The quirk, what happens with the quirk is irrelevant. She done. All right, I'm gonna need y'all to let it go, please. She's done for. Let it go, please. All right. I'm trying to help y'all. Okay.
I told you the muscle mommy milkers were getting massacred.
They couldn't hear past the titties and muscles. I'm sorry, bro.
At
least Watkins was the only
it's
woke.
hard, you know.
So at least Watkins was the only woke nigga though. Watkins like, you know what?
Sometimes it's hard, you know. They're
I
just,
swear to
they're
God,
just right
yo,
there.
you were the only one that made sense to me. You were like, I love her, but she's gonna die.
Yeah. Look, sacrifices have to be made. At least Mirko's still there, so that's
Yeah, she ain't
that's
going
still,
on. We got
that's still a
super. Yeah.
plus, yeah.
Yeah, we got super chat.
MK the baby
Here, Bobby.
coming through and says, "You guys are so wonderful. Thank you for doing this every week. We appreciate you, MK the baby. Please say the baby." Now,
About time, huh?
So one of the things that I do think is a little interesting here is that dude was straight up ready to die for like in this situation, but also that Shig left the other planes functioning just in case. Because like I think this confirms Batnomu was just dead, but the fact that he like was willing to keep like the planes hopping lets me know that he was like, just in case this attack doesn't kill her, I might need to hop again. Which, what do you think the pilots are about to do? Because
I think they should go to Japan. I think they better off just going to Japan.
You bastard!
They'll
working
say
with-
some racist shit and just open fire.
I've been pushing Shigaraki streaming All Might's death since this channel started in 2019. I've been pushing that agenda for so long.
Hey man, listen. What Anki was talking about, all the political backlash that's gonna come from this shit. Oh, my fault, Tanisa. You know, we don't want to misquote you. So you just don't know what the next scene is. I got you. But hey man, listen, they're gonna be like, you bastard! These damn Japs.
Oh shit.
I mean, that is kind of how they're gonna approach it, but that's
Yeah. I didn't want to say it.
The nuke shit worked the first time. Who's what?
I don't know, because if Batnomu lost its brain from this, let's look again.
I don't know. Batman exploded from the inside, but we don't know where he bursted it from. Coyote, give us the answer.
That Nomu should be alive.
Look, there's a good chance
like-
that Nomu's dead. You want to know why?
Well,
Because Coyote liked it.
Damn, I can't even say nothing to that.
hey man, listen, he just used new order basically. Absolute rule. We ain't has the win.
I see the way Horikoshi really drew that panel of the Nomu flying out though. How he really made it look like Shigaraki low key. Like Aniki, when you was reading that like live and you said that was Shigaraki, I was like, damn, this art is so good.
Mhm.
It really looked like him. Then the pilot shot at him. That shit blew up. Yeah, I think that's the same quirk that all four used on the gun.
Ain't no doubt in my mind.
And he just like tagged her and then waited on. She was the only like target for days on end, and he waited for the right moment.
And we got another super. Damn, we get a lot of super chats with some new people up in here. Okay, see you on there. See you on there.
Oh, Marcos Barrero Props to Melvin, best duo in MHA. That's right. We need to get this Melvin thing rolling. If you haven't tweeted about Melvin and you have a Twitter account, make sure you refer to him as Melvin from this point onward. It's no longer Shigaraki. There is no longer Tenko. There is no longer All For One. There is only Melvin.
Andrew.
Oh, that's
Andrew.
what that is.
Andrew, listen to me and listen.
Now I
Andrew,
get
listen to
it.
me and listen to me very closely, Andrew. I'm going to strangle you, motherfucker. And this is your fault. I'm gonna kill you, Andrew. I'm gonna kill you.
All praise Melvin.
Fucking Melvin. This is your fault, Andrew. I swear to God, I'm gonna kick your ass.
All hail Melvin.
Andrew.
All hail Melvin.
I'm gonna kick your ass, Andrew.
All right. Well, since I'm here, I'll tag.
What
team with
the
you.
fuck?
No. Is this the legendary Ian Waffles?
Oh gosh.
Oh.
Let's hope not.
Shit. I think I
How you
just
guys
shit
doing?
myself. Wait,
Well,
oh,
currently we're
shit.
shocked because you're back.
I'm doing good.
We
Nah,
need those opinions, Ian. What's up, Mr.
All right.
Waffles?
All right. So for this chapter, freaking, this whole fight, I've been sitting here being like, this looks really cool, but I need it to turn into my hero real quick. And then it finally did when and what I mean when it turns into my hero is that you have that moment where freaking she's like, I could kill all my comrades and I could be the hero. But the real hero thing is that I love my people. And then she takes the hit. It's like, yes, that's what my hero is, baby. Ah! I dug it.
So what I like about this is because we had this huge debate and like some of the people in the chat were mad at us. We're like, oh no, this is like poor leadership. She's way too comfortable talking about all her people dying, only for her to not actually be comfortable enough with all her people dying.
I
So
know.
it's
It's so, yeah.
So I was like, yeah, all right, there we go. That's the part that makes her actually decent, is that she does actually care about her people.
Yeah, it was a super human moment, which is obviously for a character who literally just appears. I want that for the character and for them to have that, that Horikoshi spark of like heroism, baby. We're doing it for the people. We save lives. We're not going to sacrifice lives for other lives. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, let's go. So I really liked that. It made me like her a lot more. And as far as like visually for the fight, like, I mean, good luck, Deku. I mean, I know you have enough power to like make a building slightly waver. So, I hope in the one day it's been, you've got to 100%, sir. Kirishima, I really hope that like, you're able to take a suplex from a demigod version of Shigaraki. Hope you can take that. We're all dead is what I'm saying, and I don't know what we do.
Hey, Melvin is the greatest force we've seen in the manga to date.
He doesn't feel like he
Melvin.
belongs in this series.
I was one of those people who was like, nah, we're not gonna get a time skip. But now I'm like actually like, I mean, we kind of need one now.
Okay, Ian, you're the only person I accept into my heart in this train.
So one of the things that I find fascinating about that, though, is that genuinely, I do think it was arguable, like either way we could have gone, especially because my hero isn't afraid to acknowledge time passing.
Yeah.
Whereas like Dr. Stone does it the most, where they're like, yep, it's been 7 years. Everybody was rocks, baby.
Oh,
You
yeah.
already know. You already know.
Recently too,
You
like
You already know. They just did that shit again. They said, how many years has it been? I say years.
I'm like, wait, what? Excuse me, what?
Years.
You know how
And
it
they-
is.
Everybody look the same. What you mean? Years.
Look, everybody will turn to stone for years, and then they'll pull up like Braga, like back like we never left. Let's get back to repopulating.
Yo, and you know what? Because we're in the final arc, I don't care no more. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But
I'm all for it. It's been 3 years. Listen, I hope that rock is finished.
because like just like I love One Piece. I even did that One Piece review, and I plan on doing one on this chapter too, and just keeping One Piece on the channel for a while at least.
Heck yeah.
Especially this chapter.
One Piece, up until post time skip, has been terrible at tracking time. Like if somebody asks you how much time did it take between Luffy's birthday and Sabaody, you could not answer it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you just don't know how much time they were at sea. You just know that it had to have been less than like a year because Luffy is 19 once post time skip starts.
Right.
And so like you don't actually know how many days they've been doing. Like they'll every now and then you'll know, oh, like yeah, they traveled for like 3 days here. Or they did this and it took like 2 or 3 days, but you don't have a sense of scale of what the timeline actually is. And so like when shows that don't necessarily focus too much on time do a time skip, it's just like, all right, we're going to jump ahead a couple of years because it's been, you know, a good amount of events in the story. And we want to make sure we have like a passage of time, like truly documented so that it doesn't seem like all this stuff happened in 1 year.
Yeah.
With My Hero, though, we constantly were slipping ahead like weeks and months at a time. Like, it was like, all right, we get attacked in the USJ, skip ahead like a month to the sports festival. It's like, okay, cool. That happens. Skip ahead a little more. We're gonna do like a, you know, like the next day, and then like we do a week of the Hosu City arc, and then skip that. That's another week that's wrapped up. Move a little further ahead. Yes, Pokemon is the biggest offender of this because Ash been like 13 through like 5 regions. Like shit, I don't know what to tell you. Like so like with My Hero, then it's like, okay, we're in August during like the Forest Training Camp arc. Like we know because they make it a point to emphasize, you know, it's in August. We know that the provisional license happens in September because they make it a point to tell us that there's the provisional license exam in March and in September, which means there's one halfway through the year and then one after you've completed a year of school. That's how it works. So like you can get it like halfway into the year or like right before your start of your second year, before you start your third year. That's when they're taking those tests. So we're getting all these things that like tell us this is when this is happening. So then you don't have to get directly told that it's happening in October during Overhaul arc to kind of put together that it's been a while now. You know, it's October. Then you move into November for Pro Hero arc, and you get that confirmation when you have like early December for the start of NBA, and then it says 6 weeks back, which places it towards the end of Overhaul arc, which confirms that it has to be around mid-October to late October. Since we constantly are tracking the months in some way or fashion, it wouldn't have been that surprising if we didn't have to have a time skip in My Hero Academia because we've already covered about 2 years of active showtime or series time. But with where we are right now, like full 100% is not cutting it.
No.
Like he's not gonna. The only way that would even potentially have a shot at doing enough is if he purposely tackled and used Fajin with real 100%. So
yeah,
that
real
was,
100%.
like
yeah.
so that it overclocked massively and managed to sneak up on Shigaraki and immediately decapitated him.
Also, what did Shigaraki get hit with this chapter? What kind of missiles? Are they nuclear?
It doesn't confirm if they're nuclear or not, but the lack of mushroom cloud leads me to believe that they're not supposed to be nuclear charges.
Okay. Still, I don't. How many did he get hit with? Like 10? 5?
Yeah, you see at least 5 smoke trails, but when they blink into her hand, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so like it's supposed to be like 10 missiles that she caught.
Yeah, I don't think especially since Shigaraki has like shock absorption too, doesn't he? Or
More
like
than likely.
yeah, so like good luck, Deku.
Yeah. So it's like, sure, you can redirect these like and cause like that much damage. And you see, like, even though Shigaraki was like decaying and digging down, like that explosion still like kind of caught up, but it had some, you know, little bit of resistance.
Yeah.
Deku will manage to find a way.
The only thing that I can think of is that he's still under the same conditions that everybody else is that like ultimately if you get hit in the jaw on the right angle and stuff like that, you can still rock your brain and be concussed into unconsciousness. But that's basically relying on the ideal shot. for somebody who has insane amounts of durability.
Yeah. Also a bunch of missiles. Also a bunch of missiles hitting him at all those angles. Sure didn't get that good shot. So I think he's fine.
Melvin Bennett.
Second user better bring that. Second user better bring the pain.
Like,
Yeah. Second user's quirk better be like instant death attack.
Nah, the way he was talking, how they was folding niggas and killing people back in the day, ain't no choice.
Yeah, it might be that type of quirk. You never know. He was killing people. He was killing people.
He was murking people, and he was like kicking in doors, like clearing them, like he had a shotty on hand or something.
Yeah.
So it could be something as simple as a blaster, but I think it would be kind of hilarious if he his quirk was basically like Zero from Mega Man, so it was just a sword.
Hey, I couldn't do with that.
Yeah.
Deku going Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, that'd be
Well,
great.
Because at that point, I'd be like, all right, now there's no excuse for Deku not to have air slashes.
Yeah. He can finally have that wind sword that Aang never could.
Or because then he also canonically ends up with like a lightsaber, more than likely.
Oh no, we've gone too far.
So give my man his lightsaber, let him pull a Shaman King, and because of OFA, like make a giant ass one, like when you have the dual medium oversoul for Yo, bring it all in.
Now, question for you, Aniki: how does this current events of the manga tie into the whole like where skeptics going to come into play with like we will imbue them with divinity? Like, how do you think this is all going to like kind of function from there?
Because of the fact that he just withstood like multiple ICBMs, you already had them painting Shigaraki as like this liberator, but now it's like the strongest power in the world, the strongest woman around. A woman who was seen as like the world as her plaything, as All For One described her. You get like Shigaraki is above that even. And if he actually does have New Order, then it's like he can restructure reality at a whim.
Well, then the quirk speaks for itself because he's going to bring a new order.
Right. So he's going to bring a new order. It's like he can bring a new order. He's got like the ability to manipulate reality. He stood against the strongest force in the world, like, the home of heroes, the United States' military missiles and all that other good stuff. It's like he took all that on. This is the true king of Japan. And that's how you get to spin it and like get all the people in Japan involved. And then not only is All For One's friends acting up around the world going to become an issue, but then you'll have the youth around the world aren't going to be looking to identify with like nebulous shady organizations or some old man in a suit. They're going to be looking at Shigaraki. So then you get the odds of like followers from all over the world slowly being like, yeah, liberation is at hand.
Extremists.
Hey, man,
yeah, and that was
and Vigilante Corps.
Yeah, listen, like, bro, that was another thing that should let y'all know this story not ended no time soon. There were things that just got brought up that ain't even been touched on yet. They wouldn't even.
I was gonna bring that up. The World of Villains thing was like what threw me off. To be like, this has to be way longer than we think it is, because you don't just go like, I have like 5 other All For One, equivalents around, not like equivalent, but like underlings of him or like friends of his that are around the world. It's like, yeah, we'll never address that. It's like, no, he just brought it up.
Yeah, like if he really wanted to end this shit soon and make this the final arc without a part 2, he wouldn't have brought that shit up. He wouldn't have brought the Vigilantes Corps up. He wouldn't have brought the new people running with the convicts up, and he would definitely want to try to expand the universe in this type of way.
Also, Anime Subway, let me go real quick, grab my volumes of Barrage off the shelf.
You see, I was going to answer the question, but he want to be petty. I was going to answer that question, but he want to be petty.
Yep.
Grab these Barrage volumes right quick.
Ian, Fonzo asks, how you doing?
All right, so I'm back, and
I'm
I've
doing
got
great, Ponzi.
volumes of Barrage. So if you look at the front of the Barrage volume, volume 1, Barrage wields a spear. Okay, look at that spear. It's trident. Out here trying to wreck stuff, but he's also got like that special little gauntlet. Oh snap! What's this? It's crazy. Boom! It transforms into a sword attached to a gauntlet on his hand. And if you look at Barrage, he's got a little bit of early Deku face in a lot of his
definitely.
panels. So like like from the crying to the like look at that, like this look of shock, that look of confidence. You know, we got a lot of early Deku and, like I always say, Aizawa based on in these characters. So almost without question, I feel like there's a good chance that if we're incorporating all this stuff in there, we should have that sword, we should have that spear, we should have like, so it could also just be that the second user's quirk is weapon, like make weapons, nigga. Like,
and you know what? I wouldn't even be opposed. That should be kind of raw, low key.
He just becomes Gilgamesh. Just starts shooting swords.
And I mean, with them enhanced by One for All, it's like high tier support weapons and items. So
then you're gonna need, then you enhance that with Fajin. Yeah. Then the final battle makes that lines back up again.
So yeah, like, I mean, hell, it could even just end up being the dark energy that was brought up towards the end of this series that ended up not getting to play like a major role, but there was like dark matter type stuff. So I could see that.
I feel like an evil nigga is gonna have that quirk. Somebody on the bad side.
Oh, you mean like, yeah, that dark, like I wanted to come back because it was an interesting concept. And like when he was using it, you even had him like incorporating things like the hand art that he does now. Mm-hmm. I just had a panel of it where he had giant hands coming out of the dart, just like how he has Shigaraki popping out of the like the Nomu stuff or Kurogiri's mist. So, you know, we got some stuff we can work with here. I feel like legally I can do that, whereas if I was just to like pull up Barrage, I could get struck for doing it that way.
Yeah, well, is there anything else we should talk about?
Well, I guess I kind of want to know Ian's overall thoughts of the last couple chapters and the
couple. I've been gone forever.
Yeah, exactly. So
I don't even remember when was the last time I was on here. Wasn't it like when Deku was leaving?
Ian, I really want to hear your thoughts on Deku Black.
Deku Black.
Oh, please. Oh, Ian, please drop it on these niggas. Because when Ian told me about his entirety of the arc,
oh, yeah, I guess I could do that. That'd be like a kind of a quick way to give my thoughts. So what I like about the kind of the Deku Black arc is simply that the whole point of it is basically to kind of like be an anticlimax, if that makes sense, at least for Deku's character. Because the way Deku's character, what I always love about him is that throughout the story, he always tries to rise to the occasion, and he usually fails physically until either something comes in to help him, or he inspires someone to aid him, or he's able to pull it out of the hat at the last second, but then it has ramifications. Deku's never really able to just do the shonen protagonist thing where he like gets the big power up and then he wins, and like, sure, he's all bloody or whatever, but he stands tall, you know. Even in the muscular fight, it's a parallel to All Might when he wins in the All for One fight, only where All Might can put his hands up into the air and he looks like a shining beacon. Deku's screaming in agony as his bones and arms are freaking out all over the place. And so what I like about the kind of the Deku Black arc is that when it started, a lot of people were like, yes, finally, Deku's raw. He's going to be competent and cool, and he's just going to mess with people and mess them up. And I really appreciated how the story was like, sure, but he can't do that for long. And also, this is unhealthy and bad. And also when he was like, oh, Mom, I'm gonna step out and be my own man, and I'm gonna save the day. I'm gonna find Shigaraki. I'm gonna hunt down all the villains. I'm gonna come back to you, and I'm gonna have saved the day. And literally, he comes home crying to his mom. He doesn't accomplish anything he set out to do, other than, you know, he beats up a few villains, which was helpful. But all the things that he personally wanted to do, the story was like, no, stop, idiot. What are you doing? Stop trying to be cool. You're Izuku Midoriya. You're a little baby boy who has a bunch of friends, and that's what people like about you, is that you inspire people because you can't do it all by yourself, and yet you try, and yet you're taking it to this horrible extreme. So I really like it that the story framed it in a way where it was kind of like this anticlimax. Every cool thing that everybody was hyping up Deku for doing, stepping out on his own, becoming a loner, becoming a badass, becoming this cool dark warrior, it then was told, no, stupid, calm down. You're being a big baby. Stop. Go to sleep. Take a bath, idiot. And then the story does that, and that's the climax to it. It's all his other friends who he's inspired getting the big heroic moments. whereas Deku isn't. He doesn't accomplish what he wants to do, and I really like that about the arc. And I know a lot of people probably didn't, but that's what I love about Deku, is that he can't do it on his own. He has all this power, but he's just not good enough. He's never going to be just good enough, which is why when it becomes as a story how we became the greatest heroes, I'm like, yeah, duh. Deku can't do it. He ain't that good, and that's why he's my son, and I love him. So, so those are my thoughts.
Yeah, shout out. And I'm gonna translate for him, like how Obama, like Victor be translating for Obama on Key and Peele. Luther be translating for Obama on Key and Peele. You clown ass niggas didn't understand what the fuck this was really about. You let all that hype and that gas and that rawness and swagger get to you, and you was fooled, and you led yourselves astray. You forgot what my hero was really about, fool. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, nigga. Those were Ian's black.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what I said, right? I think that was in my heart.
I mean, I pretty heard you say nigga at the end, but you black anyway, so it don't matter.
Right, fair enough.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's all niggas in this call. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Ian's Canadian.
Hey, it's niggas in Canada. It's niggas in Canada too.
You're the second person to tell me that in my life, so thank you.
Surprise.
Oh boy. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts? Agree, disagree, have nuanced opinions? I would assume in the middle.
Yeah.
No. Like what you said is a large chunk of what it's about. It's like it's not about being Deku. It's about showing like what's wrong, and then also it's to highlight what the upcoming conflicts throughout the rest of the story are going to be. Yeah. Like he's gonna be fighting villains that can't be saved. He's gonna be fighting villains that potentially can be saved, but just because they can be saved doesn't mean it's gonna be easy or straightforward. And sometimes the process of saving them is gonna be their death. Like it's not gonna be through like just, oh yeah, like all right, now they're good guys. And they wanted to be saved, but that doesn't mean she could actually be saved, and that's why she's in this like nebulous state. The conflict with Class 1A is just kind of like a reflective of him being in conflict with other heroes and other people who are going to want more things or different things out of him, and their perspective on him as a weapon versus their perspective as an ally or friend. It like shows all the ways that Deku's kind of at odds with different aspects of society, the things that he's going to need to be willing to tackle, even having the ordinary girl issue where she's getting discriminated against, and he doesn't fully recognize that it's an act of discrimination that's unfolding before him. He's like, oh no, we're all on edge. And it's like, no, dude, these dudes have prejudices and they're just finally acting on them because they've decided that that's what she is. And that's not something you can just be like excusing. And so like all these different things that Deku's going to have to actually work on and think about in the ways people treat and interact with each other, what it means to be a hero. And like we've already had that like foreshadowing set up with the Culture Festival, and even the song being Hero 2, while obviously Horikoshi didn't sit there and write the song himself, it's very clear that he more than likely would have been involved in that process because he wanted to make sure that it was going to deliver the message he was trying to put out.
Yeah.
And like that's the thing too. And that's why an encapsulation, this is the problem. What happened with Deku Far From Home, which is what the arc is called, and that dookie ass villain hunt, which is a misinterpretation of the art, and it's a whack ass arc name in the first place. It's the same thing that happens with characters in My Hero. Y'all think, like I said, the design is more, and y'all get a new character, they design really, they look cool, got a cool quirk in their design, then you believe them to be more important than they really are when they're just a stepping stone for something else or something. They're just a throwaway character for Horikoshi. Y'all get it. Yep, and it was this was a misconception when y'all named it Villain Hunt. Y'all had these people had high expectations for this to be the raw swagger, final act, Deku on the thing. Then he went Deku Black. Then it was really like
Horikoshi made that shit too raw, bro. Like that 306 double spread had niggas. Here's
the thing.
The final act begins, that cool double spread. It was so cool.
Yeah, I'll still hold Hori accountable for his main flaw, which is that he is too good at drawing character designs. And I know that sounds like a backhanded compliment. It's like, oh, so you're just saying it's good anyway. It's like, no, I think it is genuinely a problem that he does not know when to tone back how good of something how cool he makes something. And then he usually it'll be like just a background character, or it'll be like, no, you took the wrong feeling from it. Oh hold on.
No, you see, that's the thing. As his number one nigga that got his back through thick and thin, no matter what. That's the real flaw. That's one of the really only flaws the nigga got. and it backfires because that nigga too good at making designs, and the niggas get too gassed up and they fall for it. And
Let's
I
be
already
real
told,
here.
I told niggas what happened when new bitches come. I told them niggas happen.
Do you want to know what a good example of this is, though?
What?
Is the transitional period between joint training and MVA. Because Bakugo and Shoto, when we got that chapter when it was like, yeah, we're heroes, and you see Bakugo hanging from the street light and they're like pulling up. The leader of the Cider House gang, his quirk wasn't good once we figured out like all what it was, like that great. But his design actually made him look like a competent villain that could likely be recurring and more than just him catching an L from a random citizen who's based off the Sakamoto's days, dude.
Yeah. Well, and I saw reactions to that episode where they were confused as to the tone, like because when they saw the giant wave, they were like, "Oh wait, is this like we're gonna do like this big cool villain fight or something, or like is this guy important?" And then when it was kind of like a jokey kind of thing where it's like, "Oh, the girl, it's like, oh, you want to die, go somewhere else," or like them being like, "We stole a bunch of purses, get a job." They were kind of like, "Oh, so it's a comedy scene, like what's kind of going on?" And it kind of confused people,
Yeah, that's the thing too, because I remember when that arc started, nobody knew NVA was coming. Everybody thought, oh shit, it's the Bakugo and Shota. They finna get their 1v1 villains fight. They finna get an arc to themselves. And then the next chapter flipped the script. It's like, nah, it's NVA season, nigga.
Yeah, Horikoshi a hype beast.
Oh God, bro.
No, like
Yeah.
I genuinely recall, like, because that was around the time that like I started getting involved with the MHA fandom on Twitter, which bye y'all. Because I remember I was like, dog, are we really about to get the Shoto and Bakugo arc? Are we finally about to get them actually, out here doing their own thing, and we're gonna get a story like centered around them?
Overhaul arc type mission.
Yeah, that's what everybody thought. Everybody thought that shit.
Like it was like, oh snap, they're gonna end up investigating these street support items. That's so cool. And I was like, no, that's not what's happening.
Literally nothing. Yeah. And I will say, like, as far as like problems with kind of like the recent stuff I have and like stuff with that, it is mostly just like that I feel like Horikoshi, his writing style has kind of switched more to, I've called it like the aha moments. Like, oh, aha, Mirio's back, and now we'll explain it. Or, aha, he punched Muscular. How did that work? We'll go back and explain it.
Yeah, hype beast.
Yeah, and so like that's been something that just as far as story structure, I'm just not a fan of like that new story structure of like, or like, aha, Stars and Stripe exists, and we're doing this now. I'm like, well, hold on, give me a sec. And usually something good still comes out of it, but that has been, I think, my biggest problems with the story since probably around the Mirio section is that he kind of has been leaning more into, aha, look at this crazy thing, and then we'll explain it. And it gives you the high moment, obviously, but then that allows your expectations to go up and up and up. And then it's like, well, pull it back. Hold on. It's not this. Or now we'll explain it. And then you kind of have to retroactively apply that knowledge, which can work. But I feel like he's kind of been doing it a bit too much recently. So that'd be my only real like major problem is like, I like all the character stuff that's been happening, but structure wise, I am getting a little tired of like, aha, this thing now. Okay, pull it back. Aha. Pull it back. So that'd probably be my main critique.
I mean, that becomes in the place of like the lived-in universe at this point. Because how much do you really have to set up at this point when like it's like, all right, number one hero would exist somewhere else, and we already knew Japan was the coddle baby foot thing. Now Cassie being OD as she was, that a little something different right there. But like in general, it's like, all right, well, America is America, and like there are other places that exist, and they niggas would be gung ho to take out what they need to. And
the thing that I like about it is that some of these are like genuine ahas, but like especially with Cassie, I think that like to a certain degree, like one of the things that Hori's been kind of doing is like being like, so you guys watched the movies, right? It's like, well, not everybody watched the movies. And it's like, and you guys paid attention to the details? Because bam, mid-gauntlet.
Yeah.
And people were like, I didn't know. And it's like, well, he did say in the interviews that like this stuff mattered. So like, I mean, you could have trusted that he told the truth. But the other issue that we have in those kinds of discussions is that Hori Forgot the Traitor was like a random Tumblr rumor that people still bring up to this day as a factual thing.
Yeah, some people don't read the interviews, or some people, which, to be fair, if you're just like a casual fan, that's not maybe something you need to like you're gonna worry about, you know.
Ain't no some people, about 80%.
The MHA fandom is very, very casual.
Yeah.
It just doesn't admit that it's very casual. It's really weird. But when it comes to like Cassie, or it's kind of like, because people were asking for a long time, like, oh, when are we going to go to America? When are we going to go here? When are we going to do this? When are we going to do that? And I remember I was like, okay, we're going to get like Russian villains. And then we got like Nagant was based off that Russian rifle. And so it's like we were starting to bring some of that action to Japan. And it's like, okay, boom, we finally get to meet the number one hero from the US. And the main thing that we had as like a cookie crumb of foreshadowing for like eventually bringing in these way more high tier characters and people like, you know, Star and Stripe existing wasn't something that was necessarily talked about like in series. It was specifically when you have Endeavor become the number one hero and his text box always said number one Japan Billboard chart instead of number one in the world, like it said for All Might all the time. But so it was like we had to know right there all the stuff you see Endeavor do, no matter how crazy impressive you keep thinking Endeavor is when you're getting these technical fights, like when you watched him, like, you know, use the propulsion on his shoulder so that he could duck Shigaraki trying to grab him. And then he like used his right hand to like turn midair so he could lock him into the ground with his left straight and all these other things midair. Like, no matter how much of that cool shit you see, or like when you saw him do the prominence burn combined with the Hell Spider, you had to realize there's a hero out there just above this.
Yeah, above this. Well, what a better quirk that's not just Hellfire and don't suffer from the same drawbacks of just overheat. And their limitations are probably different.
Like, no. Nobody's saying Endeavor is not ranking high globally.
He's top 10, probably top 10, top 15. But
listen, everybody knows how I feel about him, but he's top 5. I give him that. That's my guy.
Nah, he's somewhere in the top 10. I give him top 5.
I give him top 5 just off the fact that just like Cassie, for his entire life, he's been trying to reach All Might. Like he was the only one at a certain point trying to be at that level. Yeah, so, like his strength makes so much sense to me.
Yeah, but that's still at the same time like top
and
10,
like Salam. I'm gonna be real with you. Salam might not even be top 10.
Bro. You see, listen, I told you. I told you, I was like, bro, he talking all that hot, but like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't seen no performance from him.
Hey man, chill out, my boy. No,
but like Big Red Dot, like I don't think Big Red Dot is up there either. Like he's not gonna swing his arm and redirect himself mid-air, you know, like so some of these heroes are clearly like not as crazy as Endeavor. But
I gotta see Big Red Dot in action in the movie, and then I gotta see him what Hori does with that nigga. Because the movie action, I don't know how big of a role they decided to give him in the movie, but when Hori wants to do something, nigga, I seen his quirk, so I'm like, okay, you know, you can really get raw with this, and he got some good strength on him, like Chimera. So like, want to see what he working with, how Hori coach utilize him. Now that nigga Salam, you know, Tartar's got vendetta against that nigga, but you know.
You know what it is, bro. You know what it is. You know what it is, because I don't even like All for One like that. But I just hate. It's like that person, like, you know, that person that we all know in real life. When we find something out, they're like, "Oh, I always knew. I always had a feeling about that." Like just that person that always going to throw their 2 cents in when they really don't know what's going on. He's like, "I'll flatten that All for One." Like, no, you won't, bro. You won't do that.
Oh, but Barney was talking about what pullback sounds like.
After Cassie got bodied, now all the other states, they gonna feel it. Like, damn, the strongest hero in the world.
They gonna, I told you, like, they gonna get their shit together and be like, all right, this nigga is a world global threat. He ain't just like Japan, they on their own. Nah, nigga. What you think happened after he take over Japan? He coming for y'all next. Fuck. But nah, Monica, when you talking earlier about misguided expectations and stuff like that, Barney had talked about what pullback inside misguided expectations. Now, the misguided expectations is what that last arc was, and then somebody said, "Well, I think Speed Blitz Flare talking about during that arc it was like Villain Hunt was kind of a fitting name for the arc because he was hunting villains. No, he tried to hunt some villains, and he failed because he ended up being the hunted the entire time. So if Villain Hunt was anything like shit, that should have been Hero Hunt if anything. If we talking about who was hunting who." He got no leads. He was running around like a chick with his head cut off. All for one playing all that shit.
Honestly, bro, I love that arc to death. But the most accurate title for that arc right now is Hide and Seek.
Oh God, look, that's all one chalked it up to was Hide and Seek. It's not Villain Hunt.
Call it the Tom and Jerry arc.
Yeah, basically, cat and mouse. That's what it was.
Bro, you know when I realized like how bad it was getting for real when Deku was fighting Dictator and he got up and he fell on the floor and he got up with Black Whip and then he was like, "I hope you're the one who tells me where All For One is." Like, how many people have you asked?
Exactly. I think I know shit. I'm trying to tell you. Karen Bailey being funny talking about it's not named Villain Hunt. Mind explode. You know damn well. So, any discussions we got to have, or are we wrapping this up? So I need to know.
I would say it should never have been called Villain Hunt arc. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't know why they thought it was also raw and also gas.
Is there only like 2 arcs that have official names like Pro Hero
arc, Hosu City? Is like
Camino
the Hero Killer arc
Camino
is called
Nightmare.
Hosu City.
Yeah, Camino and the Forest kept actually one arc they confirmed, and it's Camino Nightmare.
Camino Nightmare. That's just raw.
The Heroes versus the PLW is like the official name of that arc. I'm pretty sure.
Final exams. Are their official names.
Okay, because I didn't know how many of them were official.
I think USJ is the official name too. USJ is official name too.
Yeah,
and Battle Trials.
Simulation. Final exams, I think, might be official.
Yeah, Battle Trials too.
Actually, that's a good point, Thomas. Vigilantes is basically the story of All For One and Garaki turning Naruhito into their personal laboratory.
Yeah, they were fucking around that fucking little city for a good couple of years, dog. Like,
you can hear Elvis's In the Ghetto playing because the way, bro, they would. They was like, oh, bet there's no heroes here. That's what I liked about the movie. Is it emphasized that? That's what I liked about Hawk's backstory. Is like, here in the hood, there ain't no heroes. And then someone gets popped. And like,
bro, they did that twice. They did that in Heroes Rising and in the new one. Like, and then in the Hawks' backstory, it was super crazy because he was like, heroes felt like anime to him. And Endeavor just saved his fucking life out of nowhere, like capturing his dumbass dad.
You know what? And speaking of which, speaking on stuff like that, speaking on this topic of this bitch ass bird. To talk about this, there's something Horikoshi actually does pretty often, and I think I'm gonna elaborate more because I think Barney and bitch ass Mello was trying to clown when I had said it. And I think that weird ass nigga Platio, they was trying to say something, and when I said this, but Horikoshi really has a good grasp on encapsulating that everyone still got like a childlike innocence at heart. Because you seen Cat like look at that bitch ass bird right at face value first. Then you get his full story. You still start seeing a child within him. His whole story recontextualizes, right? Then at the same time, it's like when you look at like Cassie here, it's like we're not even calling her a Star and Stripe no more. One chapter now we calling her Cassie. It's like you can see the human element, and it's like you seen her all that brawling shit. Niggas was talking shit about her, this, that, and the other. She like this hardcore Marine Gold Trooper, Navy SEAL, nuke these niggas type beat. But then
this chapter, that moment really hit, bro. When she could have crushed him and she did it in the flashback, and it's the same guy from the start of the chapter. Like that hit.
Exactly. Then you get moments like that. It's like you just see her kind of like pouting on the ground. It's like, I can't do my quirk. And it's like, because you're a woman. That's bullshit, man. It's just a quirk itself. It ain't got nothing to do with you. And it's like, it's like, and you see that little cute innocence in her. It's like, it makes them feel so human. You know what I'm saying? And like it's like
he does that with pretty much all the characters.
Yeah, so it's like that childlike innocence gets brought back a lot, even with the adult characters too. I haven't truly seen it with Endeavor. He's just like a big mook and a goofy.
Endeavor that innocence comes out whenever like
That
Yeah,
shit's
you-
coming
comes
out
to
when
his
he's
family.
dying.
Yeah, we gonna get
Like with Natsuo, bro, when he saw his face, like the redrawn panel of that in the volume, like when he didn't save Natsuo with ending, his facial expression there, I definitely see a little bit of innocence in that panel. And then when Dabi was clowning him, he was like I never thought I'd see him make some of those faces. And in the hospital with Ray, he looked like an old ass man.
Mhm.
He was crying.
All right, well, it's about in my time to go. So
Yeah,
we're
we
not gonna-
getting close to that wrap up.
so
I don't think it-
I'm actually gonna go first now because I gotta leave at 2:40.
All right.
Nice.
Speak your piece.
We're switching it up. So I hope if y'all got headphones on, I hope you better prepare because I'm finna get loud and reckless.
Wait, let me prep.
Yeah, let me.
5,
yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. I told these niggas long ago. Looky here. What do I hear in my ear? It's saying that time skip is quite near. And I'm finna pack all you niggas up, so I hope you fear me and Koshi. I told you niggas long ago what the time was. Y'all didn't want to listen. Well, time skip. I don't really see it, this, that, and the other. Some of you had good explanations like Anarchy. Some of you had good in the end. Some of you niggas was just so greedy. I don't see it. I don't want it. Get it out of my face. But looky here, all you niggas changing tunes. Just like Shola. Yeah, I got names on that list. I got y'all written down. Don't worry. When it's time to come back and pack you niggas up, I will be here. You know, there's no need to fear. I'll be here like I'm all my nigga. Man, listen. I told y'all long ago about switching up, okay? 83 chapters of setup. When you get complete, if you endure these 4 months of hell, when you come out this cocoon, you come complete Shigaraki tomorrow, you will be unstoppable and have everything in the power of your hand. Hey, look up what y'all do 3 chapters ago. Muscles and titties from America. It's Stars and Stripes, Mommy Milkers. Ooh, woo, woo, woo. I love her. Fuck you, Shiggy. I don't want you anymore. Now looky here. That bitch gone, son. I told y'all niggas about switching up on people, bro. Stay down for the real ones. Bros before hoes. Y'all horny niggas switch up for some titties, and now you suffering the consequences. I got screenshots in 4K. You niggas switching up. Don't try to come back to Twitter side now. It's too late, fake ass fans. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. Oh, it's wasted. This, that, and the other. He told you from the start. Off one told you niggas she was a stepping stone, a gamble. They needed to get her the fuck out of here. Ain't no she coming back later so they can help Duck. None of that. No, they told you what it was. Now that hand on her face, ain't no more wiggle room. And if you want to wait till next week, I'm just gonna pack you up even harder. I told y'all niggas. So absolutely beautiful art, absolutely amazing W for the team of East. Sorry for you Walkins, the team of East and Tarnish. You know, sorry, Art Walkins. My heart goes out to you, brother. You know what I'm saying? She was a baddie. You know what I'm saying? Shout out for real.
Yeah.
She was a real one. But listen, man, honestly, to get in a core of this before I really wrap this up, it's in that, like Ian said, now it feels like a My Hero fight. Like I said, I never needed all this meathead shit to come into play, but then, like, you know, it gets here. But as you, even like Ian said, the storytelling might switch up, right? So it's like Ian might switch, you know, Ian's talking like the story switched up, like the way he's telling the story. But I knew it was gonna happen because, you know, 306 is like the world has been completely lived in. It's a built-in universe. You don't have to explain everything because throughout context, you will understand that this already exists. This was kind of pre-set up, or with the knowledge we have, we can gather this intel. But it's like, as you can see here, no matter how high the scale goes, even if we get to some fucking galactic level shit, at the end of the day, it will always be My Hero. Because this last bit of touch and go with Cassie and how she literally just let herself go. That smile, well, I don't like y'all taking that smile for granted as, oh, she got another plan, this, that, and other to be raw. No, it was a My Hero moment because it touched you from the fucking heart that throughout her entire life, her limitations were based on the fact that she was a woman. But when she met a group of people who actually accepted her as her and seen her more than just a fucking quirk and told you, hey, man, listen, stop trying to catch the All Might. Just be you. Just be yourself. You're more than enough. Okay? It's not just your quirk that's limited because you're a woman. It's just because the quirk is whatever. But don't ever forget that you're a real one. All right? Don't ever forget that you're a real one. And she remembered that moment in her heart. The people that stuck by her and never once told her you're lesser because you're a woman. It's just a quirk, but don't let that change who you are. You always be a GOAT. And she remembered that moment, and she couldn't kill her friend. That's some real nigga shit. She didn't switch like some of y'all niggas did. So, hey, man, at the end of the day, my hero gonna never change what it is at its core. And just like I got shit misrepresented because all the hype and shit like that, always remember we're gonna come back to the heart. And that's why this series will always forever be my top one. Her coach will always be my GOAT, and this will always be 10 out of 10. And guess what? We undefeated of the East, bitch, because we always fucking win. Let's go, bitch! Woo-hoo! Thank you for
Archbishop East, everyone.
It's good to hang out with you again.
Walkings.
Look, this was a good chapter, and I haven't been here for a while, so I got some shit to say. Look, it's one. I understand that, you know, a nice pair of mommy milkers can really entrance you. I get that better than many people, but you got to understand that a story written by one Horikoshi has a character like this for a reason. You got to understand that sacrifices have to be made. You know, it's fine. You know, you saw them, you were like, oh, this made me great. This is awesome. Up there on the list. But you got to understand, okay, this is here for a reason. She's facing the king. Sacrifices have to be made. So just understand that concept and you'll live a much better life. You know, she's a good number, maybe 5 or 6 in terms of all that. Maybe that. I don't know. I haven't really made an actual list. That being said, past few chapters have been really cool. Getting America's top one hero. Horikoshi also understands the American mindset of fuck everything, I'm gonna kill you. Like,
that's right.
Yeah, like, okay, great, awesome, fantastic. Horikoshi, you understand the American mindset. But also, you know, there's some other things too we can talk about too, about, you know, how that mindset is also in with how Cassie grew up and how she trained with her quirk and all that. But that's a whole different topic for another day. What else can I say? Quirk is awesome, OP, but also has limits. Again, Horikoshi knows how to do that. Also, the fact that all these attacks that she's doing, and I think this was something from last chapter too, all of these attacks seem to be almost on par with Endeavor, which also goes into that little umbrella of, oh, America, we're all flash and no substance. So take that what you will. But yeah, another great chapter. I'm interested to see what's going to happen next because, you know, Shigaraki's got that hand ready. What that hand's going to do, who knows? We can always speculate. We can only imagine what can happen, and I'm here for it. So if I gave it a rating, maybe 8 out of 10. You know, nothing wrong with that, only because I believe that there's no such thing as perfection in this world. So, yeah, that's all I got to say. Horikoshi the GOAT.
All right. Bishop Tarnish.
Listen, when this fight started, you know, my opinion of Cassie, I kept it neutral. I was like, all right, we'll see what she's about. We'll see. But like after that last moment in the chapter, she's cool in my book. And now I'm sad that she might go, but not sad in the Shigaraki should have lost. I told everybody that, look, his regeneration, I feel like I've been the only person hyping it up. Like, I always bring up his regeneration whenever people talk about him in fights. I always say, that regeneration. And then I was waiting for that big feat of regeneration to really start bragging about it. And now I have it. He ate those TMM. And so it was like, he had a plan. He ain't eat it fully, but he survived. So now it's like, for him to be in any fight after this, if his regen is kicking, it's only Deku. Like, I'm not. If he gets the water on top of this too, and his control with decay seems to get better, like, he's just gone full-blown anime villain. And that's not even bringing up all the other powers he has, because he still has other quirks that he hasn't used yet, which is insane. Like, insane. Yeah, that's my goat, Shigaraki. And this fight has been a spectacle. I feel like this is like a show on how godly fights are going to be in MHA. Like we needed to see a crazy fight like this. Yeah, I'll give it a rating 9. I need to see next chapter. Next chapter might make it a 10. It depends on what happens next chapter, because the next chapters always elevate the previous. Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Bishop Ian.
Oh, chapter was good. With this kind of fight, I've been on the fence about it just simply because it kind of, like I said, it's one of those things where it just kind of happened, and I was like, I would have liked a little more like build up to it, not in terms of like getting to know this character, but just being like, oh, like this character is coming, or she knows All Might, or something like that. So I was kind of not really here for rawness and swag or whatever. That's never been my thing with My Hero. So once they finally, in this chapter was able to give her, I guess, more heart, as I would just simply say, I really enjoyed it. And I thought that at the very least, this conclusion to the fight, I was invested when I didn't really think I would be. So yeah, no, good chapter. And I definitely, I want more clarification. I kind of want to linger more on the villains, kind of see what's going on with Melvin. So yeah, I'm excited to see what happens next week, right? We're not on break.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I didn't see no breach.
Nah, shouldn't be.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I'm glad we'll have a conclusion to this very soon. And just
Melvin.
sorry I haven't been around, guys. Just literally the way my life schedule works now, it just doesn't line up with showing up. And today just happened to be an off day in terms of that. So, but yeah, I'm very happy to at least get to hang out with you guys this week. So, if nothing else,
We're glad to have you here.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
For the longest, I wanted to hear your thoughts about Deku Black, because you're like the biggest Deku fan I know. So I really appreciate hearing your thoughts.
Oh, no problem. Hope they
Time
were
to
satisfactory.
rewatch Avatar so that Ian has Avatar: The Last Airbender content to watch.
Exactly.
No.
I'll have to.
Right.
I'll teleport back in to talk about it. All right.
Y'all. All right, y'all. We appreciate you coming through like we do every week. Chapter next week. Expect y'all to be here. I will be. East will be. After that, it gets to be a toss up. But hey, people will be here. We'll have the discussion. I'm liking this build up to the conclusion. I don't expect Star to like last minute win this out. I expect some other condition to be involved here, whether it's using New Order to make her quirk unstealable, whether it's using New Order to I expect there to be something involving New Order to hopefully make it so that this situation doesn't go to complete shit's creek. But if it does, then we have no reason to expect anything other than the kids being forced to flee. Oh. Sorry about that. Expect some more JJK, and I'm probably going to cover JJK today and One Piece, hopefully. Get those recorded and out for you guys. Try to give you a little more content, used to get a lot more. So that's it. Hope you all enjoy your week. See you again. Chapter was great. And I'm Aniki, and I'm out.